Thank you all for joining us here on the Kettleers Digital Network. Game 25 on the season. The Cotuit Kettleers take on the Chatham Anglers at Veterans Field, a bit down Cape, just off the little downtown heart of Chatham for this matchup. Chris Albright joined alongside Connor Shue. The Kettleers come into this game 10, 12, and 2. Boy, have they been hot in July, taking on a Chatham team that is 10, 11, and 3. But again, Connor, I mean, I don't think the records are truly telling the whole picture. Cotuit is playing like a team on fire right now.
They really are. We've seen them just dominate the schedule to this point. Had a massive 10-1 victory the other day. At home, they took care of business a couple of days ago against Hyannis. And nothing has really stood in the way. And I think we can expect more of the same today, especially with Ryan Buckler on the bump, sporting a .77 earned run average this season. Man, he was great in that first start he had against YD.
Oh, he really was. Was able to come in as a starting pitcher for the first time this season and really was lights out. We'll dive into that when we talk about him. But I think just starting with what happened yesterday against, a couple days ago. We had an off day yesterday, which was a great opportunity to just look around the league and see what's been going on. You look at what was happening, Hyannis against Cotuit, that game at Lowell Park. Cotuit walking away with an 8-1 victory that game, and the Kettleers were just in control the entire time, it seemed.
Really were. They scored 2 runs in the second and just kept peppering them on throughout the game. Closed it out with a big 3-run 8th inning that kind of hammered things home, hammered the coffin shut on the Harbor Hawks in that one, and I think the pitching was really dominant that day as well. Bo Sampson went 5 shutout. Tyler Albanese closed the door with 4 innings of 1-run ball, and to see him go out there and gut that out was pretty impressive. It was by far the biggest workload he's gotten all summer, and he really rose to the occasion for Lauren Hibbs' squad.
Well, it's been a season of ups and downs for Tyler Albanese, and the ups have been especially as of recent. We think back nearly a month ago when the Kets and the A's met initially. That one early on in the season, just about a month ago. That game happened June 19th. Chatham won 4-2. The losing pitcher in that game, Tyler Albanese, who came in towards the end, assuming more of a closer role. You think back then and you think of what's happening now. It's just been night and day, the difference, and that includes Tyler Albanese.
It really is. That was only the 5th game of the season, and frankly, he got bashed around in that one, allowed 2 earned runs, walked 3, allowed a couple of hits in an inning and 2/3, blew the save, and got the loss. But we've seen him really buckle it down, collect 3 saves since that point, get the ERA under 4, and he looks like a new pitcher. He's had his struggles. He was kind of the losing pitcher, to say the least, a couple of games ago, or I guess you could say the tying pitcher in the last game that the Kettleers drew, allowed a single to bring a runner home and take us to extras, which eventually sealed that game's fate in a very uncharacteristic and anticlimactic tie.
The Kettleers looking to not tie against Chatham for the second time this season tonight, looking to walk away with a win. And in large part, it just will continue to fall, not necessarily fall on, but continue to look at pitching. I think the biggest point coming into this game is Cotuit only needed to use 2 pitchers in the win versus Hyannis. So you're dealing with a lot of rested arms coming in from a bullpen that has already been nails throughout this season.
You said it. They saved the bullpen, and their best arm went about 4, but your number 2, 3, 4 relievers are all rested and healthy after not pitching that day and then getting the off day. So almost everyone is available out of the Kettleers arm barn. So I think if Buckler gets tagged around early, you shouldn't fret if you're Lauren Hibbs, just with how well they've preserved the bullpen. Like you said, if you only threw 2 guys in every game, you would be having a season from heaven. That's a dream for any coach at any level, to really limit the bullpen arms and, heck, even pitch 3 guys a game you're looking good. But 2 in that one, that just saves you for almost a whole week's worth of games.
Yeah, looking at some names we might be seeing tonight coming out of the bullpen. Jonathan Edelman, a recent addition to this Kettleers lineup. A couple of new faces as well. Ryan Egan, he arrived on Cape. Got to see him earlier today. Wouldn't be surprised if the Kets try to give him some early work in his time on Cape. But looking at the bats, especially this month, have been on fire. They've been able to get on top of opponents early, and that's what's really helped out the bullpen because these guys come into the game pitching with a lead. And today's lineup card looking to be no different in getting the runs across the board early.
You're absolutely right, and it's a slightly different look. No Dean West today for the Kettleers, but Easton Winfield in the leadoff spot. He went 4 for 4 last game, so it'll be exciting to see what he can do there. Caden Bogan pulls batting second, then Ryan Farber in the 3-hole. Nolan Stevens, Jack Natilli, and Camden Johnson bat 4, 5, and 6. It's been those 3 names in those spots in a slightly different order for most of these games, but Stevens is getting the keys in the cleanup spot like he did earlier this season. His bat's been heating up lately. Then it's Luke Matthews, Case Sanderson, and Taggart Tyson, 7 through 9. Tyson, his second game as a Kettleer, still searching for that first hit, could get it tonight.
I mean, looking at this lineup card, it's a lot of bats that can threaten and can really put the ball anywhere in the outfield. You look at this middle third of the Cotuit lineup card, and it's 3 guys that can tear the cover off the ball, especially Jack Natilli in the middle, who's coming off a week where it got him the accolade Cape League Player of the Week.
I mean, heck, he hit over 600 for the week, and he's been having a July to remember as well, slugging over 1,000 in the entire month. Not only that week of play, but all 5 of his home runs have come in July, and he's been hitting the cover off the ball, and it's no hyperbole to say he's the hottest hitter on Cape right now. He has cooled down a little bit in recent games, but he's still getting his hits. Had an RBI single last game and the game before that, so he's still producing even without the extra base hits, and I think we could see that power come back tonight. I mean, you look at it, he's been hitting his homers to the opposite field a lot lately in that right field foul pole, 314. That's got to be looking mighty nice to a guy in Jack Natilli who has a lot of opposite field power.
That he does. Can really put the baseball anywhere. And we'll look quickly at the pitching matchup tonight. The arm for the Anglers, who will be trying to stifle these sticks for Cotuit. Tate Carey, 6 foot flat, 209. Rising sophomore at the University of Michigan. Calls Canada his home. This will be his 5th appearance of the summer, his 3rd start. He's been seeing split time out of the bullpen as well. Possesses a 4.26 ERA through just about 12 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 11 hits, 6 runs, all were earned. He's struck out 9 and walked 7. So the righty looking to really buckle down. And for Tate, it's all about getting through the lineup card once with minimal damage and getting a good look at these Cotuit hitters initially.
I think you have to, because Cotuit, the way they've been winning is getting on teams early and scoring in the first couple of innings. So if you can limit that, that might be your key if you're Chatham to get ahead of the Cotuit Kettleers, but they're going to make it really hard on Carey, who does allow a decent amount of hits, pitches to a lot of contact. So it's going to be tough for him, but he showed some great stuff in the Big Ten at Michigan, was a really strong freshman for them, and heck, he even threw a no-hitter against Akron in 7 innings this year. So it's clear he's got the ability, but can he do it against the hottest offense on Cape?
Well, that's certainly a big question, and one that we'll be paying attention to throughout this game. As a ceremonial first pitch is happening here at Veterans Field. Now we'll look at the defense behind Tate Carey tonight.
The outfield left to right, it's Jake Hanley from Indiana, Jackson Freeman from Northwestern, and then Ashton Larson from Texas. The diamond from left to right, Roman Martin from UCLA at third, Isaiah Lane at short, Gavin Gallagher from North Carolina at second, Reed Stallman at first, one of the guys who's in his first game against Cotuit this summer. Same with the backstop, Cade Arambide catching for Tate Carey.
Yeah, there's a couple of new faces in this Anglers lineup that haven't seen Cotuit yet. You look at, instead, the faces that have seen Cotuit, only 4 of the 8 players, not including the pitcher Carey, have been on this Anglers lineup to face the Kettleers. You look at Isaiah Lane and Gavin Gallagher up the middle infield for the Anglers. Those are 2 guys that have seen the Kettleers, both of them for both games. In fact, thinking all the way back to the first of this season series, that was Gavin Gallagher's first game for the Chatham Anglers. But the A's are looking to bounce back in some hitting, have lost some great names to the MLB draft, so it's all about replacing those hits in the lineup card.
No Henry Ford, no Ace Reese like they had the first couple of games. We saw each of those guys go yard in the second game against the Kettleers, so I'm sure there's a little sigh of relief without those guys. But with Gallagher now in the 9-hole, and then guys like Roman Martin coming in, he had a great year at UCLA. Same with Ashton Larson at Texas, and then Jackson Freeman, who's really been coming into his own near the top of the order. It's still tough on the Cotuit Kettleers with that higher part of the order.
Roman Martin hitting .353 in his young time with the Anglers. Just 5 games played for Chatham, and he's looking to continue to make an impact in a season that will get a little bit more nutty now that the MLB draft has happened and players have taken their time to get off Cape. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem. When we return, we'll get you all set up for first pitch here on the Kettleers Digital Network.
The Kettleers 50-50 raffle is brought to you by 4 Seas Ice Cream in Centerville, the oldest ice cream shop in Massachusetts. They've been in business 91 years, carrying many of the same unbelievable flavors. Visit 4 Seas Ice Cream and taste the difference. Get your 50-50 raffle tickets now.
From bean to bite, sip, savor, and share a moment at Cape Cod Coffee. Their 2 Mashpee locations include the perfect brunch spot at Mashpee Commons and a lunch and dinner restaurant with a full bar right off Route 130. Cape Cod Coffee has also opened a new location in Wareham Crossing where you can indulge in delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. Visiting any of these locations will leave you absolutely thrilled. Cape Cod Coffee is a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers.
The Kettleers are sponsored by longtime Cotuit residents Pat and John Callahan of Kinlan Grover Compass. With over 4 decades of experience in commercial lending and real estate, Pat and John are the go-to choice for all things real estate in Cotuit and surrounding towns. Visit them at 681 Falmouth Road in Mashpee. That's the Callahans from Kinlan Grover Compass, proud sponsors and longtime fans of the Kettleers.
The Kettleers interns in the very popular t-shirt toss is brought to you by Paul J. Casalt & Sons, certified roofing experts, proudly serving Cape Cod and Plymouth since 1927. If you've got roofing, siding, or gutter needs, let the Casalt family take care of your family.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generac automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all, from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
Kettleers Baseball is brought to you by Mid-Cape Oral Surgeons, the maxillofacial surgery and dental implant center of South Yarmouth. Doctors Thea Herodis, Meyer, and Sarapak are the Cape's leading experts in oral biopsies, wisdom teeth extractions, and dental implant reconstructive surgery.
Back here at Veterans Field, nearing first pitch in this matchup between the Cotuit Kettleers and the Chatham Anglers. Chris Albright joined alongside Connor Shue. We'll be joined by the third member of our team, Brooke Kilgore, throughout this game. A special thank you to our producer, Sorka Lewis, who made the trip here with us. As we get closer to game time here, one more time, Connor, the lineups and the defense.
For the Cotuit Kettleers, coming up to bat first, Easton Winfield will lead off. Then it's Caden Bogenpole and Ryan Farber. Nolan Stevens, Jack Natilli, Camden Johnson batting 4 through 6. Luke Matthews, Case Sanderson, and Tiger Tyson bringing up the rear. For the defense, behind the starting pitcher Tate Carey for Chatham, it's Jake Hanley in left, Jackson Freeman in center, Ashton Larson in right. At third base, it's Roman Martin. At short, Isaiah Lane. Gavin Gallagher playing second. Reed Stallman at first, and Cade Arambide behind the dish.
The Chatham Anglers now taking the field as they get prepped to play in game 25 of the season. Both teams just over halfway through their respective Cape League campaigns. Cotuit with a 10-12-2 record, currently sitting tied for second points-wise in the West. Chatham at 10-11-3, sitting in fifth in the East Division, just 2 points out of third place. So plenty of movement still to come, but if there's one thing we've seen already, it's that this Cape League is very competitive, Connor.
It sure is, and you just look at the West Division, and the top 4 teams are all a point apart, and in last place, Bourne only a couple points down from the teams tied for third place in Cotuit and Wareham. So it's a mess of positions at that point, and anyone could take that division. And the East is a little more set in stone, still kind of up in the air as the rest of the Cape League is. I mean, we still have 15 games left in this regular season, if you can believe it. But looking at that, Brewster up with 29, Chatham last place with 23. So the Anglers still very much in position to try and fight for a playoff spot, so they're going to be playing as hard as anybody.
Oh, for Chatham, if there's one thing that needs to continue to excel throughout this season to get them into that spot, it's pitching overall for the Anglers. A team ERA of 4.59, that's currently 8th in the Cape League. The Kettleers, a team ERA of 3.61, second best in the Cape League. And as Tate Carey wraps up his warm-up pitches, we're ready here at Veterans Field. Easton Winfield, the leadoff man for the Kettleers, digging into the left-handed batter's box. The lefty ready for the first pitch from the righty, Tate Carey. He kicks and deals. Winfield takes a strike, catching the outside part of the zone. First pitch at 7:03 local time. Currently a beautiful 75 degrees with a slight breeze. The 0-1 inside at the knees of Easton Winfield. He'll take a breather outside of the batter's box. Count 1-1 on him. Defense for the Anglers playing shaded to their lefts for the lefty Winfield to pull. The 1-1. Swung on up the middle, a soft bouncer behind second base. Gloved by Isaiah Lane, the throw to first in time to retire Easton Winfield. It brought the first baseman Reed Stallman to a knee, trying to stretch and make the catch, and he was able to keep a toe on the first base bag to retire Easton Winfield on that 6-3 put out.
Yeah, that was an incredible stop by Stallman over there at first. Reached out behind the bag and had to pick a throw by Lane that went well wide, but used his entire frame to go out there and get it and save themselves a base runner.
The batter will be Caden Bogenpole. Bogenpole, another lefty in this lineup, a plethora of them for Lauren Hibbs' squad. He takes a first pitch strike, middle part of the strike zone. Count 0-1 on Caden Bogenpole. Bogenpole, 6'6", 240, plays his college baseball at Missouri State. The 0-1 pitch, a strike, same spot. Just painting the outside part of the zone. Tate Carey, the righty, up on the mound. He's working from the first base side of the rubber. His glove is set at his chest. Blue Angler script across the white uniform. He kicks and deals the 0-2 upstairs on Bogenpole. Chatham wearing all home whites, white jerseys, white pants, blue socks showing for those who have their pants up to their knees. Blue baseball caps with a red brim. The 1-2. Bogenpol takes, he's punched out. A breaking ball strike outside part of the zone. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. Umpiring crew today, calling the balls and strikes, Alan Liberdoni. At first base, Joe Labella. And at third, Jake Brichta. It's always nice as this season goes on, we begin to know umpires. Jake Brichta, a man who has been on the call for many Kettleers games. The batter's Ryan Farber, the switch hitter, batting left. The first offering to him, swung on, fouled over the screen on the third base side and out of play. Couple of foggy clouds beginning to roll in from the left field corner coming across the stadium. Wind is blowing out to the right field foul pole. The 0-1 wave and a miss from Farber on a pitch low in the zone. 82 miles per hour out of the hand of Tate Carey. His fastball low 90s. We've been seeing the breaking ball low and away on these left-handed hitters. Farber rocking in the batter's box. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled over the screen again. Farber against Chatham this season, he's hitting 2 for 10, has scored a run and brought in a run. Chatham, the one team that he seemingly has not excelled against. Farber's been having a great season. The 0-2 breaking ball outside. Count now 1-2 with 2 outs. Top of the first, still no score, just getting underway here at Veterans Field on a beautiful night in Chatham, Massachusetts. Pause up on the mound for Carey. He's got his sign. Glove at the belt. The 1-2. Ground ball down the third base line and foul. Just rolled past the third base. And the third baseman, Roman Martin, a new addition to this Anglers roster, playing in Game 6 of the season for Chatham. Good showing of fans. The bleachers behind home plate are full. Packed up to the top row, and when you look out into the outfield, a giant grass hill above the right field fence. Plenty of lawn chairs and towels perched up there. Call it 100 people watching from the nosebleeds, if you want to call them that. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled down the left field line. Farber battling. On the season, Ryan has been producing from all aspects for the Kettleers. He currently boasts a .315 batting average. He gets on base at a .400 clip as well. 1-2. Here's the pitch. With 2 outs, Farber takes. Check swing. He didn't go around. Pitch was low in the zone. Count now even at 2-2. Shadows across the entirety of left field and center field here at Veterans Field. Plenty of grass in the outfield. 340 down the left field line, 385 to center field. The 2-2. Farber takes a ball just a bit inside. It was at his belt. Farber, his maroon belt peeking out from underneath his baggy maroon road jersey for Cotuit. White pinstripe pants. Here's the full count pitch with 2 outs, no one on, top of the first. Farber takes low and away. He works a walk. Got down in the count early, 0-2. Able to battle back with some foul balls and a watchful eye. His first walk.
9-pitch at-bat. Farber was down 0-2 very early, but did a good job to just keep battling. Fell off the tough pitches and take around the corners. Just textbook stuff.
Runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the first. The batter's Nolan Stevens, who packs a punch in his bat. The first pitch to him. He takes a strike. Outside corner of the zone. Count 0-1 on Stevens. Stevens against Chatham this season, much different than Farber. He's 4 for 8. The last matchup against Chatham, Stevens went 3 for 4 with a walk. Pickoff attempt back to first. Farber is safe with a head-first slide. Stevens, a lefty, when he gets a hold of one and is able to pull it, seen him hit a couple of 400-foot home runs this season. He only needs 357 to clear the right center field fence, 314 to the right field foul pole. The pitch swung on, chopper towards second base. Lane fields it on a couple hops, throw to first, takes a skip into the glove of Stallman in time to retire Nolan Stevens. Another 6-3 putout. That one ends the first. Cotuit strands a runner. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Chatham due up for the first time today here on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion in taxes. State Lottery, welcome to the state of winning.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence in we do dials in biology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0%.
Nice.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Bottom of one at Veterans Field for this matchup between the Kettleers and the Anglers. Chatham coming up to bat for the first time today here in the bottom of the first. Connor Shue, how will they step up to the plate?
Ashton Larson leads off, then it's Roman Martin and Jackson Freeman, 2 and 3. Reed Stallman, Chase Freilich, and Isaiah Lane bat 4 through 6. Jake Hanley, Cade Arambide, and Gavin Gallagher, 7 through 9. The defense behind the starting pitcher, Ryan Buckler, Easton Winfield, Caden Bogenpole, and Nolan Stevens left to right in the outfield. Cam Johnson, Ryan Farber, Luke Matthews, Case Sanderson, third to first on the infield, and then Tagger Tyson is doing the catching for the Florida Atlantic right-hander, Ryan Buckler.
An overall normal look, you could say, for the Kettleers defensively. Some faces that we have seen throughout the season, and the ones that have been in and out of the lineup, you look at Easton Winfield, when he's been in the lineup card, he's been producing. So he gets the starting nod today out in left field. Buckler is up on the mound. He's wrapped up his warm-up pitches. Ashton Larson, a lefty due up to lead things off for Chatham. He's ready in the batter's box. Larson, Martin, and Freeman to start things off. Buckler on the mound. He comes set at the belt, slight crouch. Now he stands up straight, the kick and the pitch. Swung on, bouncing ball towards third base. Gloving it is Johnson in the infield grass, and the throw is in time to first. 1 away. Larson retired on the 5-3 putout. Roman Martin will be the batter. And while we look at Buckler up on the mound, this will be his second start of the summer. His 7th appearance, his first 5 were from the bullpen. He's thrown 11 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked none and struck out 5. In his last start, that was at YD against the Red Sox, and he was able to work quick innings, getting some quick, weak contact, never really eclipsing anything more than 15 pitches per inning. His first offering, a strike to the right-handed hitting Roman Martin. Martin, 6'2", 170. Out of UCLA, again a new addition to this Anglers team, his 6th appearance. He's hitting .353 with limited at-bats. The 0-1 is swung on out to right field. Diving and making the catch is Nolan Stevens. He broke in, and when that ball was sinking fast, he extended out like Superman. Hat fell off. He makes the catch. Plenty of acrobatic catches for Nolan Stevens this summer.
He's been all over it, makes good jumps in that side of the outfield. You don't really need to worry when he's out there.
Stevens, the incoming transfer to the University of Oklahoma, has been producing defensively all throughout this season. Plenty of highlight reel level catches. Quickly, 2 outs. A tip of the cap to Nolan Stevens. The batter is the left-handed hitting Jackson Freeman, who has seen appearances against Cotuit so far this season. The first pitch to him, A strike on the outside part of the zone. Freeman against Cotuit so far, 1 for 6. He's been walked 3 times. But every game he's moved up in the lineup card, hitting from the top third today. Here's the 0-1. Swung on line drive right to the shortstop, Ryan Farber, who reaches up short of the outfield grass and makes the catch. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning thrown by Ryan Buckler. And as we head to the second inning, we'll take a quick hit from the third member of our team, Brooke Kilgore.
Guys, you may notice someone missing at second base today. Yesterday morning, Jaron Avincula boarded a plane bound for the West Coast to spend his final few weeks of the summer with family. The Georgia Tech commit received a report date in early August, cutting his Cape season short, just 1 day after being named a 2025 CCBL All-Star. Still, Avincula made his mark in his second season with the Kets. In 18 games, the Cali native batted .360 with 27 hits, 14 runs, and 6 RBI. He even hit a home run in the Citi Field All-Star game on June 30th. Avincula says he hopes that when Cotuit looks back at this season, they see that he played hard every day and competed, and that he left it all on the field. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brooke. We'll take a quick break here on the Kettleers Digital Network. Still tied 0-0. We're heading to the second.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generac automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
The Kettleers top of the order is brought to you by Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialists for athletes and everyday people. Their expert team treats everything from sports injuries to everyday wear and tear, helping patients of all ages get back to what they love. Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on the Cape. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
Top of the second inning, Cotuit 0, Chatham 0. The Kets do up this inning. Jack Natilli, Camden Johnson, and Luke Matthews, 5, 6, and 7 do up. In the first inning, Tate Carey, the Chatham Anglers starting pitcher, retired 3 of the 4 batters he faced. The lone blemish will walk to Ryan Farber. Here's the first pitch to Natilli. He takes a ball just a bit outside. Natilli, throughout the month of July, has been tearing the cover off of the baseball. It's boosted his stats so much he currently sits top 10 in the Cape League in batting average thanks to a recent search. The 1-0, low and away again. Count now 2-0 on Natilli. He currently leads the Cape League in RBIs with 19. He's second in the Cape League in home runs with 5. The 2-0 pitch. Natilli takes again a ball low and away. You don't want to throw anything up and into Natilli because he can really get that bat around quick and send it 400 feet the other way. The 3-0, low and away again. The catcher, Cade Arambide, had to reach across the board to catch that one. It's another walk thrown by Tate Carey.
And the big thing for Natilli has been trying to take the walks with his offensive surge. He's been striking out quite a lot, especially earlier on in the season. He toned him down a little bit earlier on this month, but it's good to see him start to pile up the walks with the lack of strikeouts.
Natilli's 7th walk of the season. The first pitch, check swing, but fouled away by Camden Johnson. 0-1 the count on Johnson. No outs, top of the second. Cotuit and Chatham, 0s on the scoreboard. Both base runners today for Cotuit have reached via the walk. Johnson holding his bat up above his shoulder. He's ready. The 0-1 pitch. Showing bunt, Johnson can't connect. Count now 1-1 on Johnson. That pitch missed a little bit low. Infield now ready to creep in for Chatham. If there's one batter who can lay down a bunt perfectly anywhere, it is Camden Johnson, who has shown his bunting and speed abilities throughout this season. He's known to leg out an infield single. Pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Johnson on the season currently hitting .265. Just under 100 plate appearances so far. He's eclipsing the century mark. 0-1. Outside. Johnson has been nearly an everyday man for Cotuit. He's appeared so far, including today, in 24 of the 25 games from the Kettleers. Pickoff attempt back to first, again not in time. And his consistent production has been a huge help for the Kettleers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no out. Runner on first for the Kets. Lengthy pause, carry, kicks and pitches. Swung on ground ball up the middle, off the pitcher's mound and into center field. Natilli takes a big turn around second. He's going for third. The throw there's not in time, and heading into second base is Camden Johnson. Cotuit with 2 in scoring position, still no one out in the top of the second.
It's with that heads-up base running. Natilli saw that spit into center field, and as soon as that ball got past the second baseman, Gallagher, he was on his horse over to third, and Johnson recognized the throw, made his way to second. Just great all-around work on the base paths from the Kets.
Luke Matthews is up, hitting .290 throughout the season so far. Now beginning to see the lineup card more frequently for the Kettleers. The first pitch to him. Swung on into right field, sinking fast, down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Natilli. Johnson around third. He scores. Luke Matthews with a bases clearing single puts Cotuit up 2-0.
Luke Matthews, it's what he does. He's just been driving in run after run this season. And to that point, I think he's near the top of the leaderboard, at least for Cotuit in RBIs, if they count that as 2. And that's really what you want him to do. Just come in towards the middle, bottom of the lineup, drive guys in.
Matthews now with 10 RBIs on the season. The first pitch to Case Sanderson, a ball inside. Matthews is one of 3 Kettleers with more than 10 ribbies on the season. The other 2, Jack Natilli and Ryan Farber. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the lefty Case Sanderson. Runner goes, swung on, bouncing ball towards second. The flip to second's not in time, but the relay to first is. Luke Matthews got a great jump, attempting to steal second base, and that allowed him to reach second base safely on that grounder about 5 feet from the bag. However, Isaiah Lane was able to quickly release the relay throw to first in time to retire Case Sanderson. So a very unorthodox 4-6-3 ground out for Case Sanderson, but only 1 out from it. Cotuit up 2-0 with 1 out in the top of the second. Luke Matthews at second base with a 2-stride lead. The batter, Taggart Tyson, the righty ready. The first pitch, a fastball low and away. Taggart Tyson, this is just his second game played for the Kettleers this season. In his initial appearance, he went 0 for 2, was walked. Here's the 1-0. Swung on soft chopper down the third base line, and it trickles foul. Tyson wrapping up his year at Louisville. The St. Louis, Missouri native making the trek to the state of Kentucky to play his college ball. Able to wrap up a couple of successful years for the Cardinals, I should say. Now joining the rotation of catchers for the Kettleers this season. He's back in the batter's box. 1-1 the count to him with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Just a bit outside. Count now 2-1 on Taggart Tyson. Kets up 2-0. Luke Matthews, the man responsible for both of those RBIs, standing at second base. Carey checks him at second, now fires. That pitch up and in on Tyson. Count now 3-1 with 1 out. Plenty of fans here at Veterans Field continuing to file in. Now it's standing room only. Even on the berm out in right field, people standing up top. The pitch, low and away. The third walk thrown today by Tate Carey. The second of the inning. Cotuit again with 2 on, just 1 out. Matthews is on second. Taggart Tyson is on first. And the lineup card will flip to Easton Winfield. before a pitch can be thrown to Easton Winfield, there will be a meeting on the mound. Cade Arambide will walk to talk things over with his battery mate Tate Carey. Looks to be the pitching coach Jay Powell out there as well. Just a short meeting to calm things down. You have one out, a force at third, second, and first base. A ground ball double play could end this inning. And that's all the Anglers are probably talking about up on the mound. Just taking Tate Carey's focus away from the 2 runs scored this inning.
And you have to look into the matchup here, righty-lefty against Easton Winfield, who's coming off a 4-for-4 game. He was spraying the ball all over the yard, and the last thing you want to do if you're Tate Carey is let him dispose of a ball out into right field over that short porch. So you got to be really careful, and Winfield's been looking for that first homer this summer, so it's a good time for it.
Easton Winfield, the returning Kettleer, back for his second summer with the Kets. Meeting on the mound done, and Tate Carey will disengage, throw back to second. A weak throw. He saw Luke Matthews off the bag, but by the time he had disengaged, Matthews was already back, so Tate Carey just had to throw there to avoid the balk call. He's set at the stomach, working from the stretch. He checks Matthews at second, now fires. Winfield swings and misses at the first pitch, a strike, fastball high in the zone. Carey, through an inning and a third so far, he's already up to 35 pitches. Only 19 of them have been strikes. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, same spot, a bit upstairs. Count now 0-2 on Easton Winfield. 1 out in the top of 2. Kettleers up 2-0 over the Anglers after plating a pair just a couple of minutes ago off the bat of Luke Matthews. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Instead, another back pick to second. Same situation. Matthews already back safely before Carey released the ball. Just had to do so. Matthews and Taggart Tyson each with a 3-stride lead. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 straight swinging strikes from Easton Winfield. He was chasing some high heat.
He's shown the proclivity to chase those high fastballs, and Casey read the scouting report because he went after all 3 of them.
Whatever was said in that meeting on the mound before the battle with Easton Winfield, it worked. Now 2 outs, the batter, Caden Bogenpole. Ket still with 2 on. Here's the first pitch to Bogenpole, up and away. Bogenpole on the season, he's hitting .250. Slugging just around .330. His on-base percentage up to .386. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and fouls it over the screen and up over the press box. The press box here at Veterans Field, up above the bleachers on the third baseline side. Wind continuing to whip here at Veterans Field across the diamond towards right field. The 1-1 pitch outside. Count now 2-1. Kettleers up by 2, looking to add on more. Matthews is in scoring position at second. Taggart Tyson at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count now even 2-2 with 2 outs. Shadows have crept all across the infield. Only a slight sliver of sunshine in shallow right field. Tate Carey, a deep breath. Kicks and fires the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch upstairs. Tate Carey buckles down, strikes out back-to-back batters to end the inning. When we head to the bottom of the second, Cotuit will be holding on to a 2-0 lead here on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey.
Bottom of the second inning, Cotuit up 2-0 over the Chatham Anglers on what is shaping up to be a beautiful night here in Chatham, Massachusetts. We saw the fog kind of start rolling in, blowing over the left field foul pole, but it's since ceased. And now there's just blue skies and a slight breeze. And I don't quite know what makes fog, but whoever was pressing the fog machine, I guess, they stopped doing it.
Well, now it's turned into a pretty beautiful night. Sun is setting pretty quickly. They've got to get these lights on now, ASAP.
Well, it does look like the lights have been turned on just as of recent. Good shout from Connor Shue. They're listening here. The first pitch from Ryan Buckler is a strike, bottom part of the zone. It will be Reed Stallman, Chase Freilich, and Isaiah Lane due up for the Anglers, looking to cut into this 2-run Cotuit lead. Stallman, a lefty, ready for the 0-1 pitch from Buckler. Buckler rocking up on the mound, kicks and fires. Swung on, popped foul down the left field line and out of play. Buckler only needed 5 pitches to get through the first inning. Eerily similar to his first start against YD, where he was able to work 5 innings of 1-run baseball. And he only needed 56 pitches, averaging just about 11 pitches per inning in his outing. Here's the 0-2 with no out. Just a bit high and upstairs. Man, could have caught the upper outside corner, but Alan Liberdoni not giving it to Buckler. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled down the first base line, kicks off the fencing, protecting some Chatham fans who have found seating down the first base line. Plenty of people here. One of the largest crowds we've seen so far this season. Stallman now ready in the left-handed batting box. Buckler shakes a sign. Now has one he likes. Black glove set at his belt. The righty kicks and deals. 1-2 misses inside. Count even at 2 apiece. Stallman on the season. Just 8 plate appearances for the Anglers. He's 2 for 5 so far on the season. Just wrapped up his year at Mississippi State University, teammates with Nolan Stevens. The 2-2 swung on and fouled just behind home plate. Count will stay put at 2-2. Of the 2 hits Reed Stallman has so far, 1 a single and 1 a double. He's been walked twice, struck out twice. And as the count beginning to creep up in pitch count numbers, you can see why. The 2-2 swung on, blasted towards right field, way out of here. Big bat flip for Reed Stallman. He launched one nearly over the berm. A massive solo shot for Reed Stallman. Just his 3rd hit of the season. That one a no-doubter over the right field wall.
Well, he's no stranger to power. 11 homers last year at Mississippi State, 15 the year before at Campbell. This guy loves the long ball, and you saw him smash that one pull side all the way to the top of that hill.
It's about 315 down the right field line, 360 to right center field. He cleared the fence, which we'll call about 330 at the spot where he cleared it, I want to say by 50 or so feet. Here's the first pitch to Chase Fralick. He takes a ball low in the zone. Just the second earned run allowed on the season by Ryan Buckler. He's through 12 2/3 innings of work. The 1-0 pitch at the toes of Fralick. Chase Fralick, 6'2", 226 out of Cary, North Carolina. Wrapped up his year at the University of Auburn. He's hitting .228 on the season so far. 13 for 57. 2-0, wave and a miss from Fralick. Fralick only one extra base hit. He's been walked 12 times. He struck out 18. Here's the 2-1 pitch to him. Swung on, bouncing ball left side. Farber gloves it on the backhand, throws across his body in time to retire Chase Fralick. A great defensive play from Ryan Farber, who threw on the run in time. Beautiful 6-3 putout to get the first out of this second inning. Bottom of the second, Cotuit up 2-1 over the Anglers. The batter, Isaiah Lane, been a consistent face for Chatham this season. He's appeared in 23 of the 24 games. Well, I should say 24 of the 25 games now for Chatham. The first pitch to him, swung on and sliced foul over the netting down the first base line. Lane, the San Diego, California native, stayed home for college at San Diego University. Or should I say the University of San Diego. Two universities in San Diego, each referred to as either the University of San Diego or San Diego University. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. 1-1 now the count. Only one out. Cotuit's infield playing deep. Middle infielders Farber and Matthews with their heels in the outfield grass. Buckler kicks and fires the 1-1. Swung on and grounded foul towards the third base dugout of Chatham. Lane hitting .232 on the year. Getting on base at a .350 clip. Helps when you've worked 14 walks. Strikeouts have crept up as well. He's at 21 so far. The 1-2. Swung on, sent into left center field and down for a base hit. And it will trickle towards Winfield, who will get it in before Isaiah Lane can turn for two. It's a one-out single for Isaiah Lane. Continuing a well-done inning from Chatham hitting.
They've been solid, and after Ryan Buckler worked a 1-2-3 first inning, he was allowing some harder contact off the Anglers' bats, and we've seen that turn into actual hits and extra base power. You can tell those guys got a good scout from the first three hitters.
Jake Hanley up. Tall lefty with a deep crouch in the box. The first pitch to him. Swung on, line drive left field, down for a base hit. Heading to second is Isaiah Lane. He'll stop there. Back-to-back singles towards left field for the Anglers, who now have two on with one out. Cotuit came into this frame up 2-0. Chatham answered with a leadoff home run from Reed Stallman. Now the Anglers trailing by one, have two aboard with just one out. The catcher, Taggart Tyson, stands up, gives some signs to the Cotuit infield, who are shaded a bit towards their rights for the right-handed hitting Cade Arambide. The first pitch to Arambide, he takes a ball low and away. Bit of a slide piece from Buckler that was breaking away from the batter. Arambide, the tall catcher, standing at 6'3", 210. Wrapped up his year at Louisiana State. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, slicing into right field, but making an athletic catch is Luke Matthews. He sails a throw to Farber at second base, trying to double up Isaiah Lane, but it sails over to third base instead. Camden Johnson had to play backup for that.
But heck of a play by Matthews. Got up as high as he could for that one, just picked it out of the air, and if that got down, that almost certainly would have scored Lane from second. So a run-saving grab by the second baseman, Matthews.
That baseball was slicing into shallow right field, but Matthews got a great jump on it, jumped and made the catch just a couple of steps into the outfield grass. 2 outs, the batter, the 9-hole hitter, Gavin Gallagher. The first pitch, he swings and fouls it over the screen. Cotuit's still up 2-1 over the Anglers. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Count is 0-1 to the 9-hole hitting Gavin Gallagher. Anglers have 2 men on. Runners at first and second. Gallagher ready in the right-handed batter's box. Loaded towards the back of the box. The 0-1 pitch, he takes a strike. A knee-high off-speed pitch from Buckler, 79 miles per hour. Count now 0-2. Buckler looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. 0-2. Buckler checks Lane at second. Here's the pitch. Slider lone away. Count now 1-2. Buckler needed only 5 pitches to get through the first inning. He's up to 26. He's thrown 21 pitches here in the home half of the second. Buckler is set at the belt. The 1-2. Fastball sails upstairs, gets to the backstop. Lane will advance to third. Jake Hanley advances to second on a wild pitch from Ryan Buckler. 2 runners in scoring position for the Anglers, who trail by 1. Chatham looking to answer quickly to Cotuit's 2 spot in the top of this frame. Sun completely behind some tall trees in left field. Shadows all across the ballpark. Buckler takes a deep breath, puts the baseball in his glove, set at the belt, kicks and fires the 2-2. Outside, count now runs full. Cotuit infield, playing deep. The only force is at first base. Outfield for the Kettleers shaded to their rights. Buckler has his sign. Payoff pitch pending. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Ryan Buckler able to shut the door with 2 runners in scoring position for Chatham. The Anglers do spot 1 run in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the third. Kett's still up 2-1 on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Dream it. If you can cruise in it. If you can summer in it. Fish from it for it, protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. Your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week, that's a no-brainer for every player.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the third inning, Kettleers holding on to a 1-run lead. They're up over the Anglers 2-1. Ketts 2 runs on 2 hits, Chatham 1 run on 3 hits. It will be Ryan Farber, Nolan Stevens, and Jack Natilli due up. This is Kettleers Baseball on the Kettleers Digital Network. It's been a fun Cape League season, plenty of festivities as the All-Star Game is coming up this Saturday. The MLB Draft just wrapped up. Plenty of picks from players who have spent time out on Cape during their summers. Another solid contingent of Kettleers making the jump as well, who heard their names called. Ryan Farber, the switch-hitting shortstop now for the Ketts. He's up. The first pitch to him, a ball upstairs. Farber was walked in his first plate appearance. Looking to get on base for the second time today. The 1-0 pitch. Farber takes a strike, bottom part of the zone. Farber has been able to produce from both sides of the plate. We've seen him hit a couple of home runs as a lefty. That's how he's swinging the bat here. The 1-1 pitch. Farber takes a strike. Outside part of the zone, but it was about belt high. Count now 1-2 on Farber. None out. Top of the third. Cotuit up 2-1 over the Anglers. Carey set at the chest. Here's the kick in the deal. 1-2 swung on and fouled down the third base line. Kevin Frady, the Cotuit Kettleers third base coach, able to barehand that soft shot and tosses it towards the Anglers dugout. Nick Melton doing the coaching at first base for Cotuit. 1-2 the count on Farber with no outs. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Farber didn't go around. The pitch missed outside. Count even at 2 apiece. Beautiful Americana setting here at Veterans Field. Plenty of buntings lining the outfield wall. Blue covering on the wall, so it's a whole lot of red, white, and blue. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, one hopper towards short. Deep in the hole, Isaiah Lane makes the throw to first, and with a full split, Reed Stallman makes the catch. 6-3 on the putout. It was a deep ground ball to shortstop. Isaiah Lane fielded that baseball in shallow left field on a hop. And the throw to first, just a bit short, so Reed Stallman, the tall first baseman for Chatham, had to go full splits to make the catch, kept his back foot on the base. Farber is out. Here's the first offering to Nolan Stevens. He takes low and away. 75-mile-per-hour breaking ball from Tate Carey. We've seen a couple of great 6-3 putouts by these Anglers. Plenty of good talent across the diamond. Here's the 1-0. Stevens swings, bouncing ball towards second. Gallagher fields it on a couple hops and makes the throw in time to retire him. Back-to-back infield groundouts. That one a lot easier of a play to make for Gavin Gallagher. Batter now Jack Natilli. Cotuit still up 2-1 over the Anglers. The Kets scored 2 in the last inning. Looking to add on more. Build up a solid lead. Cotuit has been doing a great job of getting crooked numbers on the scoreboards. That is scoring in pairs in an inning rather than just getting one run here and there. When the runs come for the Kets, they tend to come in droves. Here's the first pitch to the righty Natilli. He takes a pitch inside. Ball 1. Natilli, in his first time up, he walked, then came around to score off the bat of Luke Matthews. That was Cotuit's first run of the ballgame. The 1-0. Inside, and it nearly caught a piece of Jack Natilli. It brushed him back out of the batter's box. The initial reaction, I thought it hit him. And that would be no surprise. Jack Natilli leads the Kettleers in being hit by a pitch. Here's the 2-0. Natilli takes. Bit outside, count now 3-0. Natilli on the season has been hit by a pitch 8 times. The next highest Kettleers, Nolan Stevens, with 4. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Natilli swings and chops it foul right near his foot. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Natilli up to bat. Cotuit up 2-1 over the Anglers. The infield is playing deep for Chatham. They're shaded to their rights. Plenty of free real estate on the right side of the infield. The 3-1 to Natilli. He takes. Pitch just missed low. Natilli works a walk for the second time today. And that one a much closer at bat. He was walked in only 4 pitches the first time up. He was walked on a 3-1 count just then. The batter's Camden Johnson. He singled up the middle his first time up. That advanced Natilli all the way to third base. Johnson then advanced to second on the throw. The lefty taps home plate. He's ready. Athletic crouch stance in the batter's box. Here's the first pitch to him. Johnson takes a fastball low and in the dirt. Natili's on first base talking things over with Reed Stallman, who has made some highlight reel plays at first base. Big gap on the right side of the infield again. Ket's up 2-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Camden Johnson. Swung on, fouled high and foul. Wind continuing to whip. There's a high flagpole in front of the firehouse, deep beyond the right field wall, and it's billowing straight away from the ballpark. Should the left-handed hitting Camden Johnson get a hold of one, it'd be aided by the jet stream to get out of the ballpark. Here's the 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. Johnson takes a tantalizing high fastball, laid off on the swing. Count now 2-1 on Johnson with 2 outs. Cotuit has a runner on first, looking to extend their 2-1 lead. Johnson ready. Take care, he's set at the belt, the kick and the pitch. Swung on fly ball towards right field, not quite deep. Ashton Larson will measure, take a step in, and make the catch above his head. Cotuit strands a runner on base, but the Kets will hold on to their 1-run lead. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Kets up 2-1 over the Anglers on the Kettleers Digital Network.
When we see our patient, our philosophy is to not just take care of the isolated pathology or problem that they're here for. We look at the care of a patient as the whole patient, how they hold hands with a spouse or partner, how they engage with their children or grandchildren. These are important things in the equation of how we decide optimal treatment for patients, whether that's non-operative or operative intervention. Every patient gets treated as a family member or as a pro athlete in our mind. We provide concierge level of care. That's how we want it done for our own, and that's what we continue to do here in the greater Boston area.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Beautiful night here just off Main Street in Chatham. The sun setting, casting beautiful light orange hues across a blue sky, and you can't see any clouds, and most importantly, no fog, as the lights from tall light poles illuminate Veterans Field. Ryan Buckler on the mound for Cotuit. It will be his 3rd inning of work. Cotuit holding on to a 2-1 lead over Chatham. Due up for the Anglers, 1, 2, and 3. Ashton Larson, Roman Martin, and Jackson Freeman. Buckler was able to retire those 3 in order in the first inning. Only needed 5 pitches to get through 3 batters. Here's his first offering to Larson. He takes a strike. Larson grounded out to third base his first time up. Buckler working quick on the mound, set at the belt, the kick and the pitch. The 0-1 called strike 2, caught the bottom part of the zone. Larson not happy with the call. He asked Alan Liberdoni, the home plate umpire, where it hit, and he told him the bottom outside corner of the zone. Here's the 0-2 pitch with no one out to the lefty Ashton Larson. Swing and a miss. That's some high heat upstairs, where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. Second strikeout of the day for Ryan Buckler. Back-to-back strikeouts. He ended the second inning striking out Gavin Gallagher. The batter, Roman Martin. No one on, 1 out. Cotuit up over Chatham, 2-1. Big gap up the middle. Ryan Farber, the shortstop for Cotuit, playing halfway between second and third. The first pitch to the righty, Roman Martin, inside at his belt. A ball and no strikes. Cotuit's infield playing deep, no one playing in front of a bag. In fact, Farber and Matthews playing nearly in the outfield. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, high bouncing ball up towards second base. Fielding it, Matthews behind second. Makes the throw to first in time to retire Roman Martin. Brilliant hustle from Luke Matthews, who came all the way across second base to field that ground ball and then make the throw on the run cross body in time to retire Martin. 4-3 on the putout. We have seen some incredible infield hustle from both teams today. Luke Matthews has been having a highlight level day at second base. Jackson Freeman up. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. The first pitch, low and in the dirt. Kettleers up 2-1 over the Anglers. Ketts were held scoreless in the top of this frame, looking to do the same to the Anglers. Buckler has been spinning another quick inning. Has his signed glove set at the belt. Rocks now come set. The 1-0 swung on, hot grounder towards first. It's fair by a hair. The toss to Buckler covering first is in time. That baseball was hugging the line all the way down, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning worked by Ryan Buckler. We'll head to the top of the fourth at Veterans Field. Cotuit still up 2-1 over the Anglers on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
When we see our patient, our philosophy is to not just take care of the isolated pathology or problem that they're here for. We look at the care of a patient as the whole patient, how they hold hands with a spouse or partner, how they engage with their children or grandchildren. These are important things in the equation of how we decide optimal treatment for patients, whether that's non-operative or operative intervention. Every patient gets treated as a family member or as a pro athlete in our mind. We provide concierge level of care. That's how we want it done for our own, and that's what we continue to do here in the greater Boston area.
Top of the fourth, Cotuit holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Anglers of Chatham. Again, another beautiful night, and you can tell just looking at this crowd, it's packed in the grandstands behind home, standing room only. About 20 or so fans perched along the upper railing. It's packed down the sides. A good vantage point down the first base line. The crowd is about 6-7 deep on that side, and then you look at the outfield. Plenty of lawn chairs and towels. People have picked their spot nearly everywhere on the berm. Just pockets of green grass that you see some kids running around in. Due up here in the top of the fourth for the Kettleers will be Luke Matthews, Case Sanderson, and Taggart Tyson. The first pitch to Matthews is a ball low and in. Matthews, his first time up, hit a bases-clearing single. Brought in the only 2 runs of the game so far for the Kettleers, who are up 2-1. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive out towards left field. Measuring and going back is Jake Hanley, who will make the catch a couple of steps short of the warning track. It was a rocket off the bat of Luke Matthews, just didn't get high enough. Able to be kept in the ballpark.
First baseman, number 28, Case Sanderson.
Batter will be Case Sanderson, who grounded out. You ready for this? 4-6-3 in the second inning. However, it was only 1 out. Ball took a whole trip around the infield before getting to first in time to retire him. The first pitch to him, a strike on the bottom part of the zone. Tate Carey on the mound for Chatham has been dealing with some lengthy innings based on his pitch count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped foul up towards the netting. Counts 0-2 on Case Sanderson. In the first inning, Tate Carey needed 18 pitches, in the second 24, and then in the third 17. His pitch count's been worked high. He's up above 60 now. Here's the 0-2 with one out. Outside, low and away. Count now 1-2 with one out. Ket's up 2-1. You compare Carey's pitch count to Ryan Buckler's. Ryan is currently sitting at nearly half of what Tate Carey's needed to get through the same amount of innings. The 1-2 bounces before home plate and skips up to the mask of the home plate umpire, Al Liberdoni. He'll take a second to recollect himself. Count now 2-2 on Case Sanderson. Case hitting .233 on the season. Looking to get back in the hitting department. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, line drive, shallow center field, down for a base hit. There's the hitting department for Case Sanderson. He reaches via a one-out single. Ketts will have one aboard for Taggart Tyson, who is playing in his second game of the season for Cotuit, rocking the number 20 on the back of his maroon jersey. Always nice to see a catcher wearing 20. A lot of great catchers in the MLB have worn that number. Most notably, I think top of the mind for everyone, Chris Iannetta, former Colorado Rockies, Seattle Mariners, Los Angeles Angels, and Arizona Diamondbacks catcher. Here's the first pitch to Tyson. A fastball strike, bottom part of the zone.
Can't believe it's taken you this long into the season to mention Chris Iannetta. I think that's the first time on broadcast.
Well, I should be doing it nearly every inning. He is probably the greatest catcher of all time. Here's the 0-1 pitch with one out. Tyson takes another fastball strike. Ketts up by one over Chatham, holding on to a 2-1 lead. The runner on first, Case Sanderson, is being held honest by Reed Stallman. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Taggart Tyson. Fastball tails away out of the zone. Count now 1-2. You know, I did look into this before the season because Chris Iannetta is my favorite player. He did play on Cape. Not for the Kettleers, though, so I won't mention anything more than that. 1-2. Swung on, fouled right near home plate.
Not going to shout out your boys' team?
No, I will not, because it's not Cotuit, so therefore I don't care.
There you go.
I'm loyal to the brand. We'll talk about other great Kettleers, like Ron Darling. 1-2 the count with one out. Here's the pitch from Tate Carey, set at the belt. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. A great fight on a pitch that was low and away.
How about Cape League, Cotuit draftee Reed Mooring from UC Santa Barbara, the lone 2025 Ket to get drafted this year?
Well, it's been a young team this season for Cotuit. A lot of these guys aren't even draft eligible. Time called. Tate Carey being told he needs to make eye contact with the batter. Cotuit had a total of 25 Kettleers selected in the MLB draft. Only one of them from this season, that being Reed Mooring. The others spending time either last summer or the summer prior with the Kettleers. A lot with great Cotuit careers. The 1-2. Low and away, count even at 2-2. Some of the most notable names were selected day one early on in the draft. Brandon Compton, Devin Taylor, Charles Davalon. 2-2. Swung on into shallow right field and down. Stopping at second is Case Sanderson. Back-to-back singles. Put two on with one out. Taggart Tyson with his first hit as a Kettleer.
Welcome to the village.
Welcome to the village. Taggart Tyson rocking the number 20 as a catcher. And with two runners on with only one out in the top of the fourth, Chatham will look to a new pitcher. Tate Carey's night is done. We'll take a quick break and tell you all about the new arm for the Anglers when we return on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
New pitcher on the mound for the Anglers, turning to a southpaw. It's Josh Swink, 6'1", 190, out of Newton, North Carolina. Played his ball at Liberty this past season. This is his 7th appearance of the year. All of them have been in relief. He's pitched so far 12 1/3 innings, allowing 12 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 9. The first batter he'll be facing, Easton Winfield, the leadoff man for the Kettleers. The first pitch, Winfield shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike on the outside part of the zone. Swink, the first lefty out of the bullpen for Chatham, it seems, this season. He's received the most nods out of the bullpen for the Anglers. Here's the 0-1. Wave and a miss from Winfield. Swink not lighting up the radar gun, nothing high 90s, but he has good off speed. Just saw his breaking ball, a lot of spin on it. Runners on first and second for the Kettleers, who are up 2-1 over the Anglers here in the top of the 4th. Swink checks out. Sanderson at second, kicks and deals. Swung on grounder right side, ranging to his left. Gallagher makes the glove and the throw in time to retire Easton Winfield. 4-3 on the putout, but that is a run-saving 4-3. Had Gallagher not gotten there, that ball would have trickled into right field, and Sanderson would have easily scored, rounding third.
And at first it looked like that ball was going to make it through the hole, but the second baseman Gallagher did a great job showing off his range to the left and made that look like a fairly routine play.
2 runners in scoring position now. The batter, Caden Bogenpole, ready. The first pitch he takes, a ball low and away. 76 miles per hour on the breaking ball. Swink with a high leg raise coming out of the stretch, but very compressed arm movement. And then he transitions to more of a sidearm delivery. The 1-0 in there, count now even at 1-1. Doesn't reach his arm super far back, but whips it around quick with about a 75-degree arm slot. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on soft chopper right towards second base. Gallagher charging in, tosses to first. In time to retire Caden Bogenpole on a bang-bang play to first base. Gavin Gallagher with a couple of run-saving hustle plays over at second. That will end the inning. Cotuit strands 2 in scoring position. We'll head to the home half of the 4th. Kett's still up over Chatham 2-1 on the Kettleers Radio Network.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left. Has it all. Pro Choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
Home half of the fourth at Veterans Field. Night beginning to creep across the skies. Here in Chatham, some deep purple way out over the North Atlantic Ocean. Ryan Buckler remaining on the bump. This will be his 4th inning of work, and he hasn't needed a lot of pitches to get to where he's at. Only 36 thrown so far. He'll be facing Reed Stallman, Chase Freilich, and Isaiah Lane, the middle third of this Chatham Anglers lineup card. The first pitch to the lefty Stallman. Taking a strike, bottom corner of the zone. Cotuit up 2-1 over Chatham. So far, the only runs have been scored in the second. Cotuit plated a pair in the top of the frame. Chatham answered with 1 in the bottom. Other than that, a whole lot of zeros. The 0-1 swung on sharp grounder foul down the first base line. There is an arm warming up in the Cotuit bullpen in the right field foul ground. It looks to be the binoculars failed me for a second there. Gavin Jones. Should the binoculars be correct? Here's the 0-2 pitch. Low and away. 78 miles per hour on the breaking ball from Ryan Buckler. Buckler needed 5 pitches to get through the first inning, 24 in the second where he allowed a run, and only 7 in the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch with no one out. Upstairs at the chin of Reed Stallman. Stallman hit a solo shot off Buckler to start things off in the second. That's been the lone run for Chatham today. Buckler looking to get the upper hand in this second matchup. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. Count will stay put at 2-2. Cotuit still up over Chatham, 2-1. Other than that Stallman home run, it's been a bit of smooth sailing for Buckler. He was able to retire 2 straight with runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. Just a bit outside. Barely missed the outside part of the zone. Count now runs full. Infield for the Kettleers, playing the left-handed hitting Stallman to pull. Matthews playing deep at second base, shaded to his left. Here's the payoff pitch. Low in the zone. Stallman works a walk. Just the first walk issued by Ryan Buckler this season.
He's a guy who just pounds the zone so much. He said that's what he loves doing when he's pitching. Doesn't try too hard to get the swing and miss. Just a big contact guy, and that time makes that rare miss low in the zone.
Freilich up for the Anglers. He's 0 for 1 today. Buckler set at the belt. Will kick and fire. A pitch inside at the knees of Freilich. 1 ball, no strikes, no one out. Bottom of the fourth. Ketts up over Chatham, 2-1. Outfield shaded to their lefts. expecting a pull from Freilich. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called a strike inside part of the zone. 1-1. Chatham looking to even things up here. 1 run on 3 hits for the Anglers. Cotuit, 2 runs on 4 hits. The 1-1. Upstairs at the blue lettering across the chest of Chase Freilich. Count now 2-1. Gavin Jones warming up in Cotuit's bullpen. 6'3", 205, a righty, wrapping up his year at Kent State. Here's the 2-1. Outside. Count now 3-1. Jones on the season, he's only thrown a third of an inning for Cotuit. For lack of a better term, he got knocked around in that third. Allowed 4 earned runs. Walked 1, struck out none, allowed 3 hits. Here's the 3-1. Inside, Chase Freilich works a walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Ryan Buckler, who again came into this game throwing 11 2/3 innings without issuing a walk.
This is rare stuff from Buckler. Like you said, he doesn't allow a lot of free passes, and I think this might draw the end for him. Jones has been over there warming for a long time at this point. I think he's ready.
Jones will give a glove tap to his bullpen catcher as Tim O'Connor walks out to the mound to take the baseball from Ryan Buckler. Anglers will have 2 on with no one out, still trailing Cotuit 2-1 when we return after this break.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generatic automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all, from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
Hi, Connor Shue here. Wake up to Cape Cod's finest coffee. Cape Cod coffee roasts fresh daily, using only the finest beans. With a wide variety of options from light to dark, flavored to decaf, there's something for everyone. Visit locally at Mashpee Commons and off Route 130 in Mashpee, or venture over the bridge to Wareham Crossing, where each location offers a full bar and menu. Proudly sponsoring the Cotuit Kettleers, Cape Cod Coffee is passionate about our brews and our community.
Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people, is a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers. They're the go-to team for Boston's professional athletes and people across New England. So if an injury is slowing you down, Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on Cape Cod. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
New pitcher on the mound for the Kettleers. It's Gavin Jones, who will be seeing his second appearance of the summer in the Maroon. He just wrapped up his year at Kent State, where he, in 15 games, started all 15. His first pitch swung on and fouled over the screen. The first batter he'll be facing, Isaiah Lane, singled into left center field his first plate appearance. Advanced all the way to third, unable to come around to score. Lane on the season, he's bumped his average up to 243, creeping towards 250. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on fly ball towards right field. Measuring is Stevens. He has to break back and makes the catch up above his head. Tagging from second and advancing to third is Stallman. Freilich stays put at first base. It's a deep fly out for Lane, but you advance Stallman the tying run 90 feet closer. And there's only one out now on the scoreboard. Kets are still up 2-1 over the Anglers. The batter, Jake Hanley, also singled in his first plate appearance. Anglers still only 3 hits on the afternoon. But with 2 on, both reach via a walk. Here's the first pitch, swung on and fouled over the screen, up and over our heads and out of play. Hanley has seen some success against Cotuit. He's 3 for 7 against the Kets this season. A pair of runs, a pair of walks as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him with 1 out. Upstairs, fastball misses outside. Count now even at 1-1. Infield playing at double play depth for Cotuit. Turning 2 would end the inning here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside at the shins of Hanley. Cade Ehrenbeid on deck, a righty. Gavin Gallagher, a righty as well. The righty Gavin Jones fires a pickoff to first. Freilich is back safely. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Kets up 2-1. Here in the home half of the 4th. The pitch. Low and away. Count now 3-1. Jones last summer played for YD. His second summer on Cape. At YD, he was a reliever as well. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on fly ball towards center field. Giving chase, Caden Bogan pulled to his right. He makes the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Reed Stallman. The throw will go to second to keep Freilich at first. Chatham ties up this ball game. Score is now 2-2. A deep sacrifice fly for Jake Hanley to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark here at Veterans Field. Nearly 370 to left center field, where Caden Bogenpole ended up to make that catch. Didn't even try to get the tagging Stallman. Batter is Cade Ehrenbeid. Tall catcher, he takes strike 1 at the knees, a fastball from Jones. Last summer, Jones for YD issued 8 walks to 8 strikeouts in just 10 innings flat of work. Here's the kick and the pitch. The 0-1 skips away from Tyson. He's able to pounce on it quickly, preventing Freilich from advancing to second. At Kent State this past spring, in 72 innings of work, Jones walked 44 batters, struck out 56. The strikeout numbers have been there for Jones. The walk numbers have been high. Here's the 1-1. Inside, it clips the handle of Ehrenbeid, but they're saying it hit his hand.
I thought I heard it hit the handle like you said. It sounded like it got a piece of the bat, but must have just got in hand.
Calling it a hit by pitch, that advances Freilich to second. Gavin Gallagher is now the batter. Gallagher struck out swinging his first plate appearance. That ended the second inning. Gavin Jones looking to buckle down and get the final out here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Gallagher takes low and away. 2 outs, home half of the 4th. Chatham and Cotuit now tied at 2. The Kets looking to prevent any more damage from being done by the Anglers, who still only have 3 hits on the evening. The 1-0. Soft chopper towards Farber at short. Coming in, gloves it, throws in time to retire Gavin Gallagher. 6-3 on the putout, stops the bleeding for Cotuit. The Anglers do score a run. In the bottom of the fourth, things are tied 2-2. We'll head to the top of the fifth at Veterans Field on the Kettleers Digital Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's zero time left.
It will be Ryan Farber, Nolan Stevens, and Jack Natilli due up for the Kettleers. They're facing Josh Swink for the first time today. And just announced Gavin Jones' family in attendance. Always fun to see the families make the trek out on Cape.
I feel like you don't always hear the announcement for the road pitcher.
I know.
Here, so you gotta tip your cap to Chatham for
some
throwing
nice
that out
hospitality. And, you know, it's a great game because Gavin Jones is pitching. So, you know, family gets to see him do his job out on the mound.
It's cool to see, and especially because he's gotten very limited action this summer. Only a third of an inning coming into this one, but he just came in and almost entirely put out that fire that Ryan Buckler walked into in the fourth, so keeps it as tie ball game at 2-2. He'll take that.
Both runs that Chatham has scored in this 2-2 game will get charged to Ryan Buckler. And now Cotuit needing to play a little bit of get ahead as Chatham has scored 2 unanswered to tie this ball game. Top of the fifth, Farber's up for the third time today. He's 0 for 1. He was walked in his first plate appearance. He shows bunt, unable to connect. Called a strike as he swiped at it. Count 0-1 on Farber. The switch hitter now batting righty for the first time today. Against the lefty Josh Swink, who came in to relieve, take carry. Here's the 0-1. Farber takes low and in. Cotuit in the month of July has been the best hitting team on Cape. They're hitting .327 on the month. They get on base at a .426 clip, and they're slugging .490. The 1-1 misses outside, count now 2-1. They're the only team whose batting average is above 300. The only team with an on-base percentage above 400, and their .490 slugging is 50 points higher than the second-place team. The 2-1 is hit on the ground towards short, gloving it lane. He'll throw to first in time to retire Ryan Farber. For the second time today, Farber's retired on a 6-3 putout. Now I'll bring up Nolan Stevens 0 for 2, a pair of groundouts. In this month time frame, Cotuit has hit 12 home runs. That's first in the Cape League. Their 85 runs are also first. And their 32 extra base hits are, guess what, first in the Cape League. Here's the first pitch to the lefty, Nolan Stevens. He takes a fastball in and at the hands, called a strike, barely caught the corner of the zone. In the time frame of July, Cotuit has been walked the most times as well with 53, and the second lowest strikeouts with 76. The 0-1, just a bit low. So it's not just hitting that Cotuit is doing well this month. They're doing well with plate discipline, striking out less than nearly every team and walking more than every other team. Here's the 1-1 to Nolan Stevens. He takes a pitch outside. 84 miles per hour out of the arm of Josh Swink, who came into relief take carry in the last inning and retired 2 straight with runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-1. Swung on bouncing ball, hit softly to second base. Charging in Gallagher will grip and gun to first in time to retire Nolan Stevens, who is now 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Kettleers still tied up with Chatham 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The batter's Jack Natilli, who, as just a singular player, is having the best July out of anyone on Cape. He's 13 for 34 in the month, and he's ready with a deep crouch in the right-handed batter's box. He takes a strike for the first pitch. His 5 home runs are atop the Cape League in the month. His 16 RBIs are as well. He's been walked 3 times, and he's only struck out 7. Here's the 0-1 to Natilli. Swung on, ground ball, foul down the third baseline. They say hitting is contagious, and it's proven to be that. Natilli's led the way throughout this month. Advincula's had an equally as good July, hitting .481 in the month in just 7 games. Ryan Farber, Nolan Stevens, and Andrew Wiggins are top 10 in a lot of hitting categories as well. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs in this 2-2 ball game. Swung on and fouled up and over the screen. Natilli will stay alive. So when you factor in all this great hitting, you can say, oh, that's why Cotuit is winning games in the month of July. They're 7-3-1 in the month. But the pitching has been matching the hot hitting. Here's the 0-2. Natilli takes a bit upstairs on a breaking ball. Count now 1-2. The Kettleers pitching staff has risen to the occasion. A team ERA of .370 in the month of July. That's best on Cape. So everything going right for the Kets this month. Here's the 1-2. Inside, and that catches a piece of Natilli's kneecap. For the 9th time this season, Jack Natilli has been hit by a pitch, currently leading the Kettleers. And I would have to imagine that's one of the top marks on Cape as well. The catcher just continues to get plunked. He's on first base. The Kettleers will have a runner on with 2 outs, looking to break this 2-2 tie in the top of the 5th. The batter is Camden Johnson, the lefty ready. Here's the pitch from Swink. Swung on, ground ball, right side, pass to diving Gallagher into right field. Natilli takes a stumble around second. He has to get back quickly as the throw goes to second, and he's safe. A quick throw fired to first to try to get Johnson, and he's back safe as well. Bang, bang play at second, bang, bang play at first base.
Kets almost ran their way out of the inning right there. Jack Natilli took a spill coming around second and had to get back as quickly as he possibly could. And he did, but that tag was incredibly close.
Well, it was a close play at second and a close play at first. At the end of it all, Natilli is safe at second base. Camden Johnson is safe on first. And the batter is Luke Matthews. Matthews swings at the first pitch, hits it high towards right field. Tracking back Larson, he'll camp and make the catch at his shoulder, a couple steps short of the warning track. We'll go to Brooke Kilgore for another hit. Brooke, what you got?
Guys, as the 2025 MLB draft comes to an end, 3 current Kettleers have either been drafted or signed free agency deals as of today. In the 15th round, the Minnesota Twins selected right-handed pitcher out of UC Santa Barbara, Reed Mooring. The rising senior finished his time at Cotuit with a 3.97 ERA in 3 appearances and 11 1/3 innings pitched. In terms of free agency, pitchers Charlie Walker and Mason Davenport both picked up contracts. Walker signed with the San Diego Padres today. The Northeastern righty finished his season with a 2.8 ERA in 13 innings with 12 strikeouts. Davenport will head across the border to the Toronto Blue Jays. The 6'10 shover, who had just committed to Campbell and played in the Citi Field All-Star Game, ended his time with a 2.25 ERA in 4 innings. Overall, guys, MLB teams selected 25 Kettleers, including both past and present players.
Thank you, Brooke. We'll take a quick break. Kettleers tied up with the Anglers 2-2 on the Kettleers Digital Network. When we return, Connor Shute taking things over on the play-by-play.
The Kettleers Call to the Bullpen is brought to you by Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center. Located on Osterville, West Barnstable Road, Beacon Gardens prides itself on quality products and excellent customer service. Check out their tremendous assortment of garden products. That's Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center.
Hey, it's Chris here. From bean to bite, sip, savor, and share a moment at Cape Cod Coffee. Their 2 Mashpee locations include the perfect brunch spot in Mashpee Commons and a lunch and dinner restaurant with a full bar right off Route 130. Cape Cod Coffee has also opened a new location in Wareham Crossing, where you can indulge in delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. Visiting any of these locations will leave you absolutely thrilled. Cape Cod Coffee is a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers.
2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 5th here. Hi, everyone. I'm Connor Shue, joined by Chris Albright and Brooke Kilgore in the booth here today at beautiful Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts. Gavin Jones back out into the hill for the Kettleers for his first full inning of work. He's into his motion for his first pitch line straight back by the leadoff man, Ashton Larson. After him, it's Roman Martin and Jackson Freeman here in the bottom of 5 here at Veterans Field. Tie ball game 2-2 between Cotuit and Chatham. Jones fires. It's outside. A 1-1 count to Ashton Larson, the right fielder who committed to Texas today. So he's on his way there to be a Longhorn. Here comes the 1-1. Skied high in the air, just past the infield. Ryan Farber, the shortstop, gives it a look and makes the head-high grab for out number 1. Larson now 0 for 3 on the day. Passes the bat down to Roman Martin, the third baseman, swinging it right-handed out of UCLA. A flyout and a 4-3 ground out today for Martin, the man at the hot corner. He went 2 for 3 in their last game at YD on the 13th. Drove in a run and walked as well. Martin digs in with a wide stance in the right-handed batter's box, waggles the bat over his shoulder, watches a ball, or a strike, on the outside corner. That was close. So it's an 0-1 count. Huge gap in the middle of the infield. Ryan Farber, the shortstop, shifted towards the outfield. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a diving pitch outside. It's quickly 0-2, and Gavin Jones is looking through strong. He's looking strong through a full inning of work to this point. He got the final 2 outs in the 4th after Ryan Buckler got pulled. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs. 1-2 count. He actually got all 3. Buckler was pulled before he could get an out in the frame. And Jones, he allowed a sacrifice fly off the bat of Jake Hanley, but that run went to Buckler's total. Here comes the 1-2. Down low, bounced in the dirt. Taggart Tyson made a nice stop off to his right. He's the catcher committed to Kentucky out of Louisville. Roman Buckler takes a big breath and steps back in. The third baseman from UCLA is ready. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, flared back and foul over the netting, off to the right side. Count holds at 2-2. Martin was incredible with the Bruins this year. Hit 9 homers, drove in 61 runs, had an OPS north of 960. Heck, he got on base almost 50% of the time. Jones, the 2-2 again, low and away. Roman Martin has worked this to a 3-2 count. Scores 2-2. Ket's knotted up with the Anglers. Lights on at full strength here at Veterans Field. Sun is almost fully set in the backdrop to the stadium. The 3-2 shot high in the air. Goes just past the infield off to the right side. Matthews calls everyone away to make the grab head high. It's 2 down. Gavin Jones, through an inning in 2/3, has not allowed an earned run. Looking good after his first outing, in which he allowed 4 runs in a third of an inning against Wareham. A big bounce-back day for the right-hander out of Kent State. Now he faces Jackson Freeman, the center fielder from Northwestern. Big Ten to Big Ten, Martin to Freeman. The Wildcat digs into the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the pitch. Takes outside, ball 1. Jackson Freeman 0 for 4 last game. Looking to bounce back. He's having a really nice summer so far. He's hitting .350 near the top of the Cape League in average. Here's the 1-0. Flared high, but out of play off to the left side. Into the crowd. Long set of bleachers coming from the third base side dugout all the way to the first base side dugout. And along the backstop, a nice setting for fans to take in this game. Gavin Jones, a long hold, takes a breath on the hill. He steps, he kicks, he delivers. Swing and a miss. A diving breaking pitch. It's 1-2. 2 down in the frame, no base runners. It's a 2-2 ball game. Cotuit and Chatham all tied up here in the bottom of 5. Freeman brings the bat over his shoulder. Jones into his motion. Chopper towards first. Sanderson gobbles it up. And the toss to his pitcher. Jones covering, gets out number 3. A 1-2-3 frame for Gavin Jones. Spinning a solid outing. It's 2-2 going into the top of 6.
Beacon Gardens is a proud sponsor of the Kets, Osterville's premier garden center. Located on Osterville, West Barnstable Road, Beacon Gardens prides itself on quality products and excellent customer service. Check out their tremendous assortment of garden products. That's Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center.
Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people, is your go-to team for Boston's professional athletes and people across New England. So if an injury is slowing you down, Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on Cape Cod. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs. Go Cats!
Need an ice cream fix this summer? Stop by the Four Seas Ice Cream in Centerville, the oldest ice cream shop in Massachusetts. They've been in business 91 years, carrying many of the same unbelievable flavors. Visit Four Seas Ice Cream and taste the difference.
Josh Swink retakes the hill for the Chatham Anglers. They're all knotted up with Cotuit. 2-2 going into the top of 6 here at Veterans Field. Swink is through an inning in 2/3. He's only allowed 2 base runners, a hit by pitch, and a single to Jack Natilli and Camden Johnson. He takes on the bottom of Cotuit's order, Case Sanderson, Taggart Tyson, and then the lineup card flips over to Easton Winfield for the third batter of the frame. Swink is a left-hander, dealing third base side of the rubber, a straight-up delivery. He fires home, a take on the lower half. Strike 1. Sanderson is 1 for 2 with a single today. The Nebraska Cornhusker batting around 240 this game, or this season, I should say. It's an 0-1 count. Swink pumps and fires. It's just a bit low, 1-1. 2-2 is your score. Cotuit down in the season series against Chatham, 0-1-1. They lost the first game right here, 4-2 in their 5th game of the season. And then Chatham came to Cotuit, and that game tied. A low pitch just caught the corner. It's 1-2 for Swink against Case Sanderson, a lefty-lefty matchup. They tied that game 6-6. And it was a fun one. Rintaro Sasaki hit a home run for the Kettleers. Ace Reese answered later, as did Harry Ford. Here's the pitch. Swung on a chopper towards first, gloved by Stallman. He makes the play unassisted for out number 1. 1 down, no one on, 2-2. Here in the top of 6, Taggart Tyson comes up, the catcher swinging it right-handed. But that was Henry Ford. 2 home runs in that game for Chatham. They ended up tying it up, and the Cotuit bats just couldn't get it done late and break the 6-6 tie. Tyson steps into the right-handed batter's box. He got his first hit with Cotuit today. Hit a single back in the 4th. He's reached each time. Swink the lefty, pumps and fires. That's lifted high and deep into center field. Freeman has it measured in front of the warning track in right center. Makes the play for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Sanderson and Tyson via the ground out and the fly out. Now it's back to the top of the lineup card for Easton Winfield. He went 4 for 4 in Cotuit's last game against Hyannis. Drove in a couple of runs, hit a double. In this one, he's 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout swinging. The left-handed swinging outfielder steps up. Previously played at Texas in his sophomore year, UL Monroe his freshman year. He's in the transfer portal now. Still looking for that 3rd home. Swink is ready. Long look at home. He fires a fastball strike on the inner half. 0-1 with 2 down. It's a 2-2 game. Cotuit and Chatham all knotted up as we get later into this season. Cotuit tied in the 4th spot in the West with Wareham. Each of them with 22 points. Here comes the pitch. Outside, it's 1-1. 2 down in the frame. Cotuit scored their 2 runs in the top of the 2nd. Chatham answered with 1 in the bottom half and scored the tying run in the bottom of the 4th. We're scoreless since. 1-1 count. Josh Swink fires. In there, bullseye. A strike with the fastball. It's 1-2. Swink is through 2 1/3. Only 2 base runners allowed, no runs. Hasn't walked anybody. Josh Swink standing tall on the hill. He readies for the 1-2. The Liberty lefty. Kicks, fires, swing and a miss. A strikeout to end the frame, the first of the evening for Josh Swink. 1-2-3 in the inning. It's 2-2. Cotuit all tied up with Chatham going into the bottom of 6.
Hey, it's Chris, and when I'm looking for a cold treat, I go to 4 Seas Ice Cream in Centerville, the oldest ice cream shop in Massachusetts. They've been in business 91 years, carrying many of the same unbelievable flavors. Visit 4 Seas Ice Cream and taste the difference.
Hi, I'm Connor Shue. Kettleers Baseball is brought to you by longtime Cotuit residents Pat and John Callahan of Kinlan Grover Compass. With over 4 decades of experience in commercial lending and real estate, Pat and John are the go-to choice for all things real estate in Cotuit and surrounding towns. Visit them at 681 Falmouth Road in Mashpee. That's the Callahans from Kinlan Grover Compass, proud sponsors and longtime fans of the Kettleers.
The Kettleer Interns and the very popular t-shirt toss are brought to you by Paul J. Casalt & Sons, certified roofing experts proudly serving Cape Cod and Plymouth since 1927. If you've got roofing, siding, or gutter needs, let the Casalt family take care of your family.
Gavin Jones out there for his third full inning of work. He takes on Reed Stallman, the left-handed swinging first baseman for Mississippi State. Then it's Chase Freilich and Isaiah Lane, the heart of the order for Chatham, 4 through 6. Stallman in there having a solid day. A solo shot and a walk. He takes a pitch outside, ball 1. It's a 2-2 ball game here at Veterans Field. Cotuit and Chatham all tied up. Jones steps, kicks, delivers. A low breaking pitch stayed out of the zone. 2-0 count. No one on base. A slight shift to pull side. All infielders shaded slightly to their left. Here's the pitch. Spiked in there, and it sailed to the backstop. Past the catcher, Tagger Tyson. It is 3-0. Jones has yet to allow a base runner in this one. The Kent State righty is dealing. Jones kicks, fires. Outside, ball 4 on 4 pitches. Stallman takes a walk.
It's the third walk issued today by Cotuit pitching, only the first by Jones. Buckler walked 2 late in his outing. And outside of that, outside of the walks, Cotuit pitchers have done a good job of limiting the base runners.
Now here comes Chase Freilich in a moment after Jones gets a quick visit at the mound from Tim O'Connor. There's going to be a new pitcher out there for Cotuit. We'll give you more on him in a moment after Gavin Jones is through 2 complete. His day is done. It's 2-2 in this ball game.
Make sure to stop by Mid-Cape Oral Surgeons, the maxillofacial surgery and dental implant center of South Yarmouth. Doctors Theo Hardees, Meyer, and Sarah Pack are the Cape's leading experts on oral biopsies, wisdom teeth extractions, and dental implant reconstructive surgery.
Kettleers Baseball is brought to you by Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialists for athletes and everyday people. Their expert team treats everything from sports injuries to everyday wear and tear, helping patients of all ages get back to what they love. Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on the Cape. Call 617-965-HAND for all of your hand and upper extremity needs.
The Kettleers Call to the Bullpen is brought to you by Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center. You'll find everything you need to beautify your home at Beacon Gardens, where quality products and excellent customer service makes them Osterville's premier garden center. Visit Beacon Gardens on Osterville, West Barnstable Road.
New pitcher is Kyle Remington for Cotuit. He inherits a base runner, Reed Stallman, who Gavin Jones walked. It's a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of 6. Remington has made a couple of appearances for the Kettleers this summer. Long relief appearances, 2 and 3 innings out of the pen. He got the save against YD last time we traveled there.
Yeah, this will be his 3rd appearance of the summer. He's already spun 4 1/3 innings of work, only allowing 1 run. He hasn't allowed a hit. He's walked 4 batters, and he's struck out 5, taking his talents to the University of Illinois next season.
The former Golden Gopher. He employs a high leg kick in his delivery. Without runners on base, though, he's throwing out of the stretch a first pitch strike inside to Chase Freilich, who's 0 for 1 with a ball. Or a walk. You need 4 balls for a walk, typically.
That you do.
Well, he's thrown none of those in this count. 1 strike. That's low and in strike 2. Remington, 4 1/3 innings pitched this summer, a 208 earned run average. He's got a save as well, and he actually hasn't allowed a hit yet. 4 walks, though. Remington looks down, looks home, fires a low, ball 1. Remington, 2 years at Minnesota. He was their Friday starter for the majority of the 2025 season. 64 1/3 innings pitched, a 476 earned run average. He was their best arm. He's pitching with a runner on, no one out. The pitch, sailed the bat far in the air down the first base line. He hit it foul, but I was taken aback by how far the bat went. It was all the way to the outfield out of his hand, just totally lost it.
Reed Stallman had a couple of strides of a lead at first base, and he watched that bat sail over his head.
Well, you don't see that every day.
No, you don't, partner.
So Frelick, the left-handed swinging designated hitter, prepares to step back into the box after a lost bat foul tip. We'll call it that. At first I thought he broke it, but no, the whole piece of lumber is intact. It's a 1-2 count. No one down, runner on first. Here's the pitch, just outside. Alan Liberdori, the home plate umpire, with a pretty tight strike zone. 2-2 ball game. Cotuit and Chatham all knotted up here in the bottom of the 6th. Kyle Remington, the newly minted Illini, Fighting Illini, is on the hill. Takes a peek over at first. He comes set at the belt. The kick, the pitch, lifted high, drifting foul off to the left and out of play. It remains 2-2. Remington locked in a long count with the batter Frelick. Frelick 0 for 1 with a walk, watches one just a touch high. Missed with a breaking ball on the 7th pitch of the at-bat. It's now 3-2. No one out, a runner on first. That's Stallman. 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swung on a liner down the first base line. It drew foul. Stays 3-2. Frelick is putting up a real fight. He walked back in the 4th. He's trying to follow a leadoff walk by Reed Stallman here in the 6th. Wants to get his Anglers a lead. Kyle Remington on the hill. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. The throw down. Not in time. The ball popped out of the glove of the shortstop, Ryan Farber, and it looked like he had him dead to rights, but no out on, well, the missed tag.
It was a strike him out, throw him out situation as Stallman broke for second as soon as Remington started his delivery. And the throw down from Tyson was in good positioning, just popped out of the glove of Farber. So no strike him out, throw him out, only just a strikeout.
Just missed it. So now there's one out. Isaiah Lane, first pitch to him. Draws outside, but hits the corner. It's strike one. Lane, the University of San Diego shortstop, hitting in the 6 hole. He homered in the last game they played against YD. Did only go 1 for 5 that game, though. Here's the 0-1. Tagged high and foul, drawing into the night over the netting. Night has completely fallen. There is a slight yellow tint to the sky past the outfield wall, but it's pitch black above us. Lights on full strength here. It's a very nice night. The pitch, it's low, 1-2. One down, a runner on second. Stallman after he took second base. Infield playing deep. Outfield shaded slightly to their lefts. Pitch was in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of 6. Cotuit 5 hits, Chatham 3. It's been mostly a pitcher's duel, but a lot of long counts, a lot of runners left on base has made this a, well, long ball game. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped foul to the left side into the third base dugout. Stays 2-2. Lane is 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the second, got all the way to third, but was stranded there. He's batting with a runner on and one down here in the 6th. The home half of the frame for Chatham. Remington checks second, fires home, just outside. Another 3-2 count for Remington to pitch in. Already 15 pitches deep through 2 batters. Remington staring down the batter lane. Looks back at second. The righty fires. It's chopped straight to him, gets past his glove. Matthews charges, fires to first in time to get the second out. So now a 2-out base runner on third after Stallman advanced on the grounder.
Well, it was a bit of an excuse me swing. I don't think Lane meant to put a full swing on it, but it was some weak contact off the bat, just got past Remington, and Matthews, who's been getting great jumps at second base all game long, got a good first step on the baseball, able to charge in and make the play.
2 down for Jake Hanley stepping in. A single and a sacrifice fly for him so far today. The Indiana star first baseman. The big kick and pitch. It's low. Hanley almost offered at it, but no swing, says the third base umpire, Jake Brichta. Remington bringing back the leg kick with no runner on first or second. Slowly gets into his motion, fires home. Low and almost got past Tyson, but he made a nice glove side stop. 2-0 is the count. 2 down, 2-2 ball game. Cotuit and Chatham knotted up. Remington the kick and the pitch. It's inside, ball 3. Pretty extreme shift off to their lefts for the middle infielders. Luke Matthews playing into the outfield. The pitch, swing and a miss. It's 3-1.
You don't see that often, a full cut on a 3-0 count.
And Remington might have seen it coming. Threw a slider that broke inside, a good pitch. Here's the 3-1. That's chopped high towards first, gloved by Sanderson, fires to the pitcher, covering, got him in time. Remington gets out of the jam, leaves a runner on third. It stays 2-2 going into the top of 7.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generatic automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all, from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
Hi, Connor Shue here. Wake up to Cape Cod's finest coffee. Cape Cod coffee roasts fresh daily using only the finest beans. With a wide variety of options from light to dark, flavored to decaf, there's something for everyone. Visit locally in Mashpee Commons and off Route 130 in Mashpee, or venture over the bridge to Wareham Crossing, where each location offers a full bar and menu. Proudly sponsoring the Cotuit Kettleers, Cape Cod Coffee is passionate about our brews and our community.
Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people, is a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers. They're the go-to team for Boston's professional athletes and people across New England. So if an injury is slowing you down, Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on Cape Cod. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
Josh Swink is out there for his third full inning of work for the Chatham Anglers. His team's got 2 runs. Cotuit's got 2 runs. It's all tied up here in the top of 7. Leading things off is Caden, the big ticket Bogenpole. And then it's Ryan Farber and Nolan Stevens.
Man, I'll tell you what, when the big ticket is pulling up, you better back up about 10 or 15 feet. Because Caden Bogenpole is about to give this baseball a big ticket out to right field. I'm calling it now.
You're calling your shot?
I'm calling Caden Bogenpole's shot.
Whew. Well, it's 314 to the corner and right. That'd be pull side for the lefty, Caden Bogenpole. Lefty-lefty matchup against Josh Swink. Here's the pitch. takes it a strike. Bogenpole is still looking for that second homer. He hit his first in his first game on Cape. It was a laser to dead center back home at Lowell Park. Swink, long hold, the 0-1. Swung on a hard shot, foul to the right side, skips off the fence. It's 0-2. I think he took a home run cut on that one.
Yeah, he was hunting for it.
Bogenpole, 13 homers at Missouri State. His sophomore year, 20 as a freshman. Swink holds at his chest. The 0-2, way high. Nice stab by the catcher, Arambide. Swink retakes the slab. It's a 1-2 count with no one down. 2-2 ball game. The pitch. In there, rung him up. Called strike 3 for the first out in this frame. You want to call your shot again, Chris?
Hell. It wasn't quite the home run I was looking for, but you know what, I'll tell you what. I'm calling my shot now. Home run from Ryan the Big Ticket Farber.
That doesn't work.
It's not as good as Bogenpole. I tried to make it work.
Well, Ryan Farber is digging into the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch to him is a strike on the upper half. Josh Swink dealing strike after strike. 35 pitches, 25 strikes for the tall lefty.
Yeah, he's come into this game and he's giving some great middle relief.
It's an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Drew outside. Ball 1. 1-1 with one down. Nobody on base. 2-2 ball game. Ketts Anglers. East-West Division matchup. Swink looking home. Fires the 1-1 on the upper half outside corner. Fastball strike. It is 1-2. Swink, a big breath, preparing to deal the 1-2. The lefty straight up on the slab, kicks and pitches. It's high and away. 2-2. Farber today, 0 for 2 with a walk. Switch hitter batting right-handed. On his way to Auburn for his collegiate ball next year. The infielder's ready, the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Josh Swink.
Make it 3 straight strikeouts from Swink. He was able to retire Winfield via a punch out to end things in the 6th, and now he's started the 7th with back-to-back punchies.
2 down, no one on for Nolan Stevens. Digs his spikes in the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the first pitch. It's low and away. Just misses. 1-0 is the count to Stevens, batting with no one on. Had a couple hits in last game. He's looking for his first today. The 1-0, taking a strike on the lower half. Stevens on his way to Oklahoma by way of Mississippi State. Was teammates with Angler first baseman Reed Stallman there. And former Angler Ace Reese. Here's the 1-1. Socks it foul. It was a hot grounder down the first base line, just barely missed the bag, maybe inches away.
It was about as close as you could be to being a fair ball without it being a fair ball.
Hit it hard. Stevens possesses some good pull side power. Haven't seen him show it too much this season, but he's shown it a lot in BP. Hit a homer, almost 440 earlier this season. Here comes the 1-2. Taken, called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts looking for the pitcher. Josh Swink gets out of it after striking out the side. 2-2 ball game going to the bottom of 7.
The Kettleers interns in the very popular t-shirt toss is brought to you by Paul J. Casalt & Sons, certified roofing experts, proudly serving Cape Cod and Plymouth since 1927. If you've got roofing, siding, or gutter needs, let the Casalt family take care of your family.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generac automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all, from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
Kettleers Baseball is brought to you by Mid-Cape Oral Surgeons, the Maxillofacial Surgery and Dental Implant Center of South Yarmouth. Doctors Thea Herodis, Meyer, and Sarapak are the Cape's leading experts in oral biopsies, wisdom teeth extractions, and dental implant reconstructive surgery.
Kyle Remington comes out to pitch the bottom of the 7th as we're still getting through the 7th inning stretch here as some local kids sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Almost an operatic rendition right there.
There were about 50 kids that came down to sing that "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And I'll tell you what, they got some pipes.
First pitch swung on, lifted high into right center field. Coming into play, it is the right fielder, Nolan Stevens. A can of corn above his head for out number 1 on the flyout by Cade Arambide. It's a 2-2 ball game. Cotuit tied up with Chatham. Gavin Gallagher steps in, and then it'll be Ashton Larson, the top of the order for the Anglers. So Kyle Remington getting a quick first out. He settles to face off against the right-handed swinging second baseman Gallagher. He's made a couple of nice plays in the hole tonight. The kick and the pitch, outside ball 1. Gallagher 0 for 2 today. The Tar Heel infielder. Scores 2-2. Big leg kick in the pitch, just outside. Gallagher nearly offered at it, but no swing. Sun is all the way down now. 9:13 local time in the bottom of the 7th inning here in Chatham. No fog tonight. The pitch swung on a tapper towards the third base dugout. It's 2-1. And I say no fog because last time we were here, there was a ton of it billowing over center field, and they played through it, but it was getting pretty thick out there. Kyle Remington, the kick and the pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. 2-2.
You ever heard the saying, the fog is as thick as pea soup?
Don't think I have.
It's a real saying.
As thick as pea soup. Interesting.
Never had it. Don't know what it looks like.
Me neither. The 2-2. Swung on a tapper towards first, gloved by Sanderson. He jogs to the bag for the second out. 2 down. Gives the bat up to Ashton Larson. The top of the order, he's 0 for 3.
I would say tonight the fog is as thick as non-existent soup. Because it's not here at all.
Sure. That's definitely an analogy. Cracking me up here. First baseman Sanderson playing behind the bag, swinging a chopper down the first baseline foul. Sanderson gloves anyway. 0-1 quickly to Ashton Larson, the right fielder committed to Texas. It's an 0-1 count with 2 down. Score remains 2-2. It's been that way since the bottom of the 4th after Chatham scored their second run. Remington staring down home. Readies to throw against Larson. Big swing and a miss on a low breaking pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, no one on. For Chatham, pitching has buckled down late in this one. Remington steps, big leg kick, the pitch laced high and foul, just got the netting. Still 0-2.
Yeah, you look at the 6th and 7th inning. For Josh Swink, he's had 2 straight 3-up, 3-down innings. For Kyle Remington, he faced 4 in the 6th and now just 3 in the 7th.
Hot liner towards first. Sanderson well out of his position. Slings to first in time for the pitcher covering Remington. A nice piece of fielding by the Husker first baseman takes us to the top of the 8th. A 1-2-3 frame for Kyle Remington. It is 2-2. Anglers, Kettleers.
The Kettleers 50-50 raffle is brought to you by 4 Seas Ice Cream in Centerville, the oldest ice cream shop in Massachusetts. They've been in business 91 years, carrying many of the same unbelievable flavors. Visit 4 Seas Ice Cream and taste the difference. Get your 50-50 raffle tickets now.
From bean to bite, sip, savor, and share a moment at Cape Cod Coffee. Their 2 Mashpee locations include the perfect brunch spot at Mashpee Commons and a lunch and dinner restaurant with a full bar right off Route 130. Cape Cod Coffee has also opened a new location in Wareham Crossing where you can indulge in delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. Visiting any of these locations will leave you absolutely thrilled. Cape Cod Coffee is a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers.
The Kettleers are sponsored by longtime Cotuit residents Pat and John Callahan of Kinlan Grover Compass. With over 4 decades of experience in commercial lending and real estate, Pat and John are the go-to choice for all things real estate in Cotuit and surrounding towns. Visit them at 681 Falmouth Road in Mashpee. That's the Callahans from Kinlan Grover Compass, proud sponsors and longtime fans of the Kettleers.
Tie ball game here between Cotuit and Chatham going into the top of the 8th. Josh Swink is still out there after a long relief appearance to this point. He's through 3 2/3. You got to think his leash is getting short to this point. 4 strikeouts, a hit, and a hit batter to his line so far. Leading off the frame is Jack Natilli. He is 0 for today, although he has worked a pair of walks and been hit by a pitch, so he's being productive. He's got an uneven stance in the right-handed batter's box. Swink kicks and pitches just a bit high outside as well. It's 1-0. Natilli, the backstop, who's DHing today, steps back in, playing his college ball at Cincinnati. He's returning for a 3rd season. Here comes the 1-0. Swing at a hot grounder. Third base side. Went foul. It's 1-1. Natilli regathers, steps back in, adjusts his helmet, and he's ready to go. Swink puts the ball in the glove. He's set at the belt. Long look home, kicks, fires. Chopper third base side once again. Sails past the dugout of the Anglers. It's 1-2. No one out, no one on. In the top of the 8th, Natilli, the leadoff man. Then it's Camden Johnson and Luke Matthews, 5 through 7. Natilli re-enters, ready for the 1-2. It's a 2-2 game. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. Swink has struck out 5 straight batters to this point.
And 3 of those in the middle were all looking, so he's back to the swinging strikeout. And As the game's winding down, this is looking eerily similar to the first matchup between these two teams when it was tied 2-2 going into the 8th. That game also at Veterans Field nearly a month ago.
That one did not end favorably for the Kettleers. Tyler Albanese allowed a couple of runs and blew a save. Swink fires to the lefty, Camden Johnson. Here comes his first pitch. Bullseye, a strike. A 0-1 count to Johnson. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Came around to score once in the second inning. Swink kicks and pitches, golfed up and away, foul over the netting. To the left side, it's 0-2. The left-handed swinging third baseman Johnson re-enters. One of 2 Oklahoma commits on this roster. Him and Nolan Stevens. Johnson going to be a Sooner by way of the Wichita State Shockers. Here comes the 0-2. Well outside, popped out of the glove of the catcher, Arambide.
Jonathan Edelman warming up in the bullpen for the Kettleers.
We saw him at the Coop today.
We did.
I think, what was the order? I think it was a chicken wrap, I'm pretty sure. Here's the pitch. That's hit high and deep into right center field. Chasing it down is Freeman, and he gets to it on the warning track. A long fly out off the bat of Camden Johnson, and there's 2 down.
Had that ball been hit any more pull side, it would have had the distance to clear the fence. Johnson just timed it up a little too well and sent it to the deeper part of the ballpark.
It's 357 to right center, 314 to the right field foul pole. I think that's 385 to dead central, so he had to hit that maybe 380 to get it over. Just barely missed it. 2 down. Swink fires to Luke Matthews. Pitches away. 2-2 ball game. Matthews has a 2-run single that he hit back in the second. He scored in Tilly and Johnson. The Kent State second baseman is ready in the right-handed batter's box. Swink pitches. Matthews watched a strike right down the middle. It's 1-1. Base is empty. 2 down in the frame. It's the top of the 8th inning. Swink composed on the mound. Kicks and pitches. It's just a bit low. He's getting pretty deep into this one. 4 1/3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 53 offerings. And he's been having a great summer. This outing to this point has brought his earned run average down to a 108. The 2-1. Swing and a hot liner towards second, gloved and fired in time by Gallagher for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 frame for Josh Swink takes us into the bottom of the 8th. Chatham up to bat next.
Beacon Gardens is a proud sponsor of the Kets, Osterville's premier garden center. Located on Osterville, West Barnstable Road, Beacon Gardens prides itself on quality products and excellent customer service. Check out their tremendous assortment of garden products. That's Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center.
Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people, is your go-to team for Boston's professional athletes and people across New England. So if an injury is slowing you down, Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on Cape Cod. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs. Go Cats!
Need an ice cream fix this summer? Stop by the Four Seas Ice Cream in Centerville, the oldest ice cream shop in Massachusetts. They've been in business 91 years, carrying many of the same unbelievable flavors. Visit Four Seas Ice Cream and taste the difference.
It's a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of 8. They're bringing Kyle Remington out there for a third frame. Jonathan Edelman still over there in the pen for the Kettleers. but Remington will remain out there for now.
And for bookkeeping purposes, Andrew Wiggins replaces Easton Winfield in left field.
So Winfield's day is done, and Wiggins will enter the leadoff spot next time we get there in the batting order. Up to bat for Chatham, it's Roman Martin, Jackson Freeman, and Reed Stallman, 2 through 4. Some of the top hitters in their order. Martin and Freeman are both hitless today. The top of the order has not done the damage. Remington pitches, that sliced foul over the right field netting. Gets down and some fans get to it. 0-1 is your count. Martin re-enters. The right-handed swinging third baseman. A crouch in the box. Here's the pitch. Sailed and hit the bottom right corner. Really good spot from Remington, who is a control artist out there. This game's been scoreless since the 4th. Here's the 0-2. That bounced in. 2-2 ball game. Cotuit all tied up with the Chatham Anglers. Chatham at the bottom of the East Division, 10-11-3 on the season. Here's the Remington pitch. Sliced back foul. It scraped through the netting and just past the stands and onto the concourse. That one was hit hard.
It was a screamer off the bat.
Martin retakes his spot in the batter's box. Looking for his first hit of the day. Remington fires. It's sliced foul again over the right field netting. A good battle between these two. A couple of Big Ten foes out there. Remington, Illinois, Martin, UCLA.
Still crazy to think about. UCLA, Big Ten.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We could get into all the logistics about travel, but we don't have the time. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, lifted high out into left center. Wiggins coming in to make the play. A basket catch for out number 1.
And that's now 7 straight retired from Kyle Remington. In fact, he's retired all 7 batters he's faced coming into this game.
He's had a nice outing to this point. He inherited a base runner, Reed Stallman, who walked after they took out Gavin Jones, and it's been nails since then for Remington. He'll face off against Jackson Freeman, the left-handed swinging center fielder from Northwestern. 2-2 ball game. Remington steps, kicks, fires. Inside, ball 1. Count advantage to Freeman early. Another angler searching for his first hit. The top 3 of their order is over. Remington fires inside. 2-0. Ashton Larson 0 for 4. Roman Martin 0 for 4. Freeman 0 for 3 to this point. But right after that, Reed Stallman. He has a homer and 2 walks. Remington fires, swing and a miss. That slider got him waving right over it. 2-1 is your count. Still a good contingent of fans hanging out on the hill behind the outfield wall as that pitch drew just a touch low from Remington. 3 balls and a strike. 1 down, no one on. Remington, the former Gopher turned Fighting Illini, prepares to fire the 3-1. Here it comes. Lifted high and just over us. Someone pull out your glove. That one bounced off the pavement and down a hill. Chris, I think you could have got to that one.
Dennis, our photographer, was about 4 feet from that ball when it landed, and he didn't make a move.
And he's got his Cape Cod 5 foam finger glove. I don't know if that would have been able to get a ball in there, but you could have tried. That's hit into the air. Out to left field, and Wiggins makes the catch at the wall. 2 down.
Man, there's just action every second here at Veterans Field now. That ball was hit with a charge out to left field, and Wiggins got a good jump on it. Made the catch as he was crashing into a bunting in left field, about 330, 350 to where he was at.
Wiggins has been busy. He's made each out in the frame since he's entered the game. A mound meeting for Kyle Remington after some hard contact, and they're going to bring in Edelman. We'll come back after he comes into this ball game. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th, all tied up between Cotuit and Chatham.
The Kettleers Call to the Bullpen is brought to you by longtime Cotuit residents Pat and John Callahan of Kinlan Grover Compass. With over 4 decades of experience in commercial lending and real estate, Pat and John are the go-to choice for all things in real estate in Cotuit and surrounding towns. Visit them at 618 Falmouth Road in Mashpee. That's the Callahans from Kinlan Grover.
Well, Jonathan Edelman is not coming out of the bullpen quite yet. He started his trot out there, and then right when we went to break, Tim O'Connor kind of shooed him back to the pen. So they're going to let Kyle Remington finish this one out, which is fair. He hasn't allowed a single base runner yet in 3 complete innings. But he's got a tough customer up to bat. Reed Stallman, the left-handed swinging first baseman. The first pitch to him is low. Ball 1. Stallman, his first time up, he belted a homer out to right field. Hit the top of the hill, and he's walked the other 2 times he's been up. Here comes the 1-0. Got in there, a strike. Count evens. 2 down. No one aboard for Chatham. 2-2 ball game. Here comes the 1-1 from Remington. Skips in there. Good stab by Tyson behind the dish. Remington kicks around some dirt on the hill. Now he's ready. Stallman. The pitch. He looks at a strike. Inner half, 2-2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. Score is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on the pillows. The 2-2. High fastball. It stood up Tyson. Cotuit looking to continue their hot streak. 7 wins in the month of July. Looking for number 8. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball inside. Remington gets out of it. Hasn't allowed a base runner in this one as we go to the top of the 9th. Potentially Cotuit's last chance to hit.
The Kettleers Call to the Bullpen is brought to you by longtime Cotuit residents Pat and John Callahan of Kinlan Grover Compass. With over 4 decades of experience in commercial lending and real estate, Pat and John are the go-to choice for all things in real estate in Cotuit and surrounding towns. Visit them at 618 Falmouth Road in Mashpee. That's the Callahans from Kinlan Grover Compass, proud sponsors and longtime fans of the Kettleers.
Boston Hand to Shoulder are a proud sponsor of the Cotuit Kettleers. Trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people. Their expert team treats everything from sports injuries to everyday wear and tear, helping patients of all ages get back to what they love. Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on the Cape. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generac automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
Scores 2-2 in the top of the ninth. Potentially the last chance for the Cotuit Kettleers here. Case Sanderson, Taggart Tyson, and Easton Winfield are the three due up. For Jacob Turner, the right-hander from Bowling Green State University, making his debut for the Chatham Anglers. Just finished his junior year there, the 5'11 righty from St. Clair, Michigan. Tossed 58 2/3 innings this year for the Falcons, a team high and his career high. Had a high 5 ERA. Started 13 games, appeared in 16 total. So Turner, they're really sticking him in a tough situation for his debut.
First baseman number 28, Case Sanderson.
Sanderson, the first man up. He's 1 for 3 with a couple of groundouts. Turner faces home. He kicks, he pitches. It's a high fastball. A 92 on the radar gun. Turner, a fairly compact delivery on the hill. He kicks and fires overhand, a strike in the inside half. It's 1-1 to Case Sanderson. 2-2 is your score here at Veterans Field. Some nighttime baseball. It's 9:37 local time. Here's the pitch. Socked high and fell behind the screen. It's a 1-2 count. No one down, no one on. Turner looking for his first angler out. The pitch. Just inside. Ball 2. Counts even. Case Sanderson looking for some late inning heroics. He's had some clutch hitting earlier this season. Hit the walk-off single against Wareham. Socks that one. A 3-hopper towards second. The play made by Gallagher. A sling to first. 1 down.
Well, pitching has been on point. The later this game has gone on, Cotuit has not had a hit since the 5th inning. And in large part, it was Josh Swink throwing some complete dominance out on the mound. Jacob Turner's seeming to do the same. He's got some pop. His fastball low 90s, but it plays up out of his hand just with his arm angle.
Turner has retired the 11th straight Cotuit batter. Swink ended his outing retiring 10 straight. The first pitch to Luke Lavin pinch hitting for Taggart Tyson. He tried to lay down a bunt. It's 0-1 after what I'd call a questionable decision. There's no one on base. 1 down. Lavin in the left-handed batter's box. Takes a pitch on the inner half. A fastball was inside. It's 1-1. 1 down in the frame, nobody on. The first baseman, Stallman, is playing well back of the bag. That pitch in the same spot, inside on the knees, 2-1. The second baseman, Gallagher, playing deep in the hole. Standing in the outfield. The pitch, inside. That time he nicked the corner. Went for the same spot 3 times. Hit it that time. Counts even, 2-2. Turner to Lavin. The pitch, it's low, ball 3, and it looks like that one got a piece of the home plate umpire, Alan Liberdori's foot. Had to walk that off. Luke Lavin, the pinch hitter out of Stanford. He's hitting .296 this season. The 3-2 laces it foul into the screen. Stays 3-2. Lavin showing some strong bat-to-ball skills this summer. Here comes the 3-2. Lifted over the netting and foul. Third payoff pitch incoming. One down. Here comes the 3-2. Inside, ball 4. Luke Lavin works a full count walk.
It was a great battle at the plate for Lavin. Coming into this game as a pinch hitter, you've kind of been sitting on the pine, just ready for your moment, and adrenaline pumping, ninth inning, to be able to lay off on some close pitches. Just a really great job from Luke Lavin.
He brings it to another pinch hitter. Andrew Wiggins coming in for Easton Winfield at the top of the order. He was a defensive replacement last frame out in left field. Third baseman's pinched all the way in. First pitch to the lefty Wiggins is inside a ball. Turner is really trying to hit that lower inside corner to lefties, and he has not been able to get that spot very often. The pitch, same spot. It skips away as well. Lavin's into second easily. So it's a 2-0 count, now with the runner in scoring position. And the pitching coach, Jay Powell, is making his way to the hill. Just a calm down meeting. It's only those two and the catcher. Let's take a look at some action around Cape. Every game has gone final except for this one. Wareham beat Brewster 4-3. So they gained 2 points in the standings. They were tied with Cotuit coming into today. Bourne is up, or won 6-3 over Falmouth. YD 5-4 over Hyannis. Orleans 7-2 over Harwich. It's also copyright read time. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. It's a 2-0 count. Jacob Turner against Andrew Wiggins. That fastball was high and outside, 3-0.
With the results tonight, if Cotuit is able to walk away with 2 points here, they jump to first, tied for first in the West.
Hyannis and Falmouth previously tied there. Each lost tonight. 4-pitch walk for Andrew Wiggins after that pitch was low. So 2 one-out base runners for Cotuit in the top of the ninth. Again, it's a 2-2 ball game. Luke Lavin is on second. Andrew Wiggins is on first. And here's a guy you want up. Caden Bogenpole, the center fielder, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Turner looks to try and pick off Lavin, just tosses it over. Bogenpole steps back in. Turner, the throw home. Low.
Well, it's been some great battling at the plate for Cotuit hitters. There's also been a fair amount of walks issued now by Chatham pitching. Up to 6 on the day, 2 in this inning.
That pitch is socked high in the air out to left field. Measuring it is Hanley for out number 2. Each runner stays put at second and first, 2 down.
Yeah, had some good pop off the bat of Bogenpole. Had he been able to place it more center field or right field, gives you a chance to advance Lavin at second to third. But anything out to left field, that throw to third is too short of a throw to really test the arm.
Ryan Farber, the switch hitter, steps in batting left-handed against the righty, Jacob Turner, trying to tiptoe his way out of this inning. 2-2 ball game, top of the ninth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. 2 down, 2 on. Luke Lavin on second, Andrew Wiggins on first for the Kets. All tied up in the top of 9. Turner's set, fires. That's cracked high and foul into the night. It's 0-2. Farber's a guy you want up right now, hitting over 300 this season. A Cape League All-Star as well. He has played every game to this point. All 25 of them. Farber looks into his bat, steps into the left-handed batter's box, swings it over his shoulder. He's ready. Turner set at the belt. He checks second, pumps, fires. Inside, called strike 3. Farber is down looking. Ketts leave 2 on, and Chatham has a chance to walk it off in the bottom half of the 9th. It's all tied up, 2-2.
The Kettleers interns and the very popular t-shirt toss is brought to you by Paul J. Casalt & Sons, certified roofing experts proudly serving Cape Cod and Plymouth since 1927. If you've got roofing, siding, or gutter needs, let the Casalt family take care of your family.
Hi, Connor Shue here. Beacon Gardens is Osterville's premier garden center. Located on Osterville and West Barnstable Road, Beacon Gardens prides itself on quality products and excellent customer service. Check out their tremendous assortment of garden products. That's Beacon Gardens, Osterville's premier garden center.
You'll be ready to power up when the power goes out with generator maintenance and service from RCA Electric in Mashpee. From preventative maintenance plans to 24/7 emergency service, trust RCA to keep your generator humming. Call us or visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. Generating trust.
Two is your score. Chatham is coming up with a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th here at Veterans Field. Cotuit and Chatham in this one, each of them near the bottom of the standings in their respective divisions. But Cotuit much closer to the top, only a couple, 1 point behind the number 1 Hyannis, Harbor Hawks, and Falmouth Commodores, although each of those teams lost. And Wareham, the team they were tied with, got a victory earlier tonight. So Cotuit trying to join them at the top, but Chatham in their way.
Well, it's always been a close battle when the Anglers and Ketts have met this season. Game 3 of the season series, it's been Chatham winning the first, and then the teams tied in the second game.
New pitcher for the Ketts on for the bottom of the 9th. Jonathan Edelman throws a strike with a fastball in the inner half to Chase Freilich. After him, it's Isaiah Lane and Jake Hanley. 5 through 7 in the Chatham order. Edelman, a 6'7" right-hander out of Bucknell. He works third base side of the rubber. The kick and the pitch. It's low, ball 1. Every fielder shifted slightly to pull side for the left-hander Freilich. He is hitless today. Here comes the pitch. That's laced into left field, gets down a base hit. It's trailing towards the corner. Around first is Freilich, chugging into second with a stand-up double.
Now, that's a great way to get things rolling in the 9th if you're Chatham. And for the Anglers, that's the first hit the Anglers have had since the second inning. Only 4 on the afternoon.
2 runs on 4 hits for Chatham. 2 runs on 5 hits for Cotuit. Isaiah Lane steps in the right-handed batter's box. The shortstop out of San Diego. He's ready. Winning run is on second for Chatham. Edelman pitching in trouble. No outs in the frame. He squares to bunt. It skips past him. 1-0 is the count. John Edelman. He threw 2 innings of scoreless relief the other day against Falmouth in his lone appearance as a Kettleer. One of the newer additions. Here comes the 1-0. Lane squared to bunt. Another low pitch. It's 2-0. A runner on second, Chase Freilich. And there's no outs on the board, so this is a perfect time for Lane to drop down a bunt. Edelman checks second, fires. It's a low pitch. Lane squared to bunt again, but didn't even need to move the barrel.
Edelman's not throwing anything near his bat. Lane is setting this bunt up towards the top of the strike zone.
Lane is ready. Edelman, ball and glove, set at the belt. The pitch, pulled back. That's strike one on the upper corner. Lane pulled back that bunt, thinking Edelman was going to miss the zone, but he threw a laser on the upper half. 3-1 count, runner on second, no one down. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the ninth. Squares to bunt, low and away, ball four. 2 runners on.
Well, this is the most traffic that has been seen on the base paths for Chatham since the 4th inning when they were able to plate a run.
So there's someone warming over in Cotuit's pen. A full mound visit. Tim O'Connor is out there. Dylan Scudder's in the pen if necessary, but Edelman is going to have to get out of this 2 runners on jam with no outs.
At this point, you're just taking things one batter at a time. As much as you want to think about the 2 runners on base right now, it's the 9th inning. You're not playing to limit any damage. You're just trying to mow down batters and get those outs.
You can't worry about pickoffs in this situation. And granted, Edelman hasn't really looked the way of these runners too much. He's made some checks over to second, but no throws. He knows what the objective is here. Jake Hanley, the first baseman, swinging it left-handed out of Indiana, prepares to step in the box. He's in prime position to end this ball game. It's 2-2, a runner on first and second, no outs for his Chatham Anglers. Edelman, the Kettleer, looks home. Kicks, pitches, low and inside, and Lavin had to move to his right to get it. Edelman has been missing low and inside early in his outing. 9 pitches, 3 strikes. Still looking for that elusive first out. The 1-0, squaring to bunt, pulled back by Hanley. It was high anyway. 2-0. And it's this middle part of the order that's been getting it done. Batters 4 through 7 have all 4 hits. Hanley is the 7-hole hitter. He squares to bunt. The pitch, it's pulled back, strike, lower half. 2-1. No one out in the inning. Chase Freilich hit a leadoff double to put himself in scoring position. He represents the winning run. Edelman, the 2-1. Hanley squaring to bunt, high and outside. Hits 3-1, and Jonathan Edelman is in grave danger of walking the bases loaded. A runner behind him, Chase Freilich. Edelman staring at home. Glove set at the belt. Fires. Ball 4. It was inside. Bases are loaded. It is a tie game. In steps Cade Ehrenbeid. The winning run on third, Chase Freilich. Still no runs in the frame. Edelman would have to put on the performance of a lifetime to get out of this one.
You're not trying to plan how things go, but if you get an out here, force at every bag, you can, if there's a bunt, you can go home. You can go anywhere after that. If you get the first out and bases are still loaded, the double play will end the inning.
Chatham is going to bring in a pinch runner.
Your attention. Pinch running for Chatham, number 18, Gavin Jones.
So the other Gavin Jones comes in to pinch run for the Chatham Anglers, listed as a pitcher. Okay. First offer coming Rocked on the ground foul, third base side by Cade Ehrenbeid. Runners at all stations. Winning run at third, it's Jones. Pinch running for Freilich. Could see a squeeze play. Infield pinched all the way in. The pitch zips in there, strike two. It's 0-2 to Ehrenbeid. Edelman working with the breaking stuff. Edelman, he's ready. Glove set at his belt. The kick, the pitch. Swing and a miss. One down.
That's how you buckle down. One out at a time. Deep breaths for Edelman. That's all you can do.
A double play ball could save this one for Cotuit, but it's going to be really tough against pinch hitter Daniel Jackson out of Georgia, one of the better hitters on Cape this summer. He's coming in for Gallagher. Jackson went 2 for 2 in the debut. First game of the season against Cotuit back in June. First pitch to him. Inside, gets on there. Strike one. Jackson's hitting .288 this summer. The right-handed pinch hitter. He's ready. Bases loaded, winning run on third. 2-2 ball game. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Jonathan Edelman buckling down. 0-2 count. Edelman struck out the last batter with no outs. Now there's one down, runners at every station. Here comes the 0-2. It's low. Good stop by Lavin. That ball could have easily skipped away. Edelman regathers on the hill. 2-2 ball game. Cats Anglers. Bottom of the ninth. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Jonathan Edelman, with his back against the wall, has struck out a pair of Anglers to put 2 outs on the board with runners at every base.
From the University of Texas, number 44.
2 outs. A fly out or a ground out could do at this point. Now you don't even need to worry about any runners on base. You're just 1 out away.
Edelman has put together quite the performance after walking the bases loaded. 2 down. Here's the leadoff man, Ashton Larson, batting left-handed. First pitch hit the ground, and Luke Lavin made a great stop across his body to save it. It is 1-0. 2 down, a runner at every station. Jones on third, Lane at second, Hanley on first. For Ashton Larson, the leadoff man. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground towards second base. Matthews gloves, fires to Farber at second to get out of it. It's a tie ball game, and we're playing extras after Jonathan Edelman tight-roped that 9th inning. Wow, it is 2-2. Talk to you again in the top of the 10th when the Cats bat up next.
Wake up to Cape Cod's finest coffee. Cape Cod coffee roasts fresh daily using only the finest beans. With a wide variety of options from light to dark, flavored to decaf, there's something for everyone. Visit locally in Mashpee Commons and off Route 130 in Mashpee, or venture over the bridge to Wareham Crossing, where each location offers a full bar and menu. Proudly sponsoring the Cotuit Kettleers, Cape Cod Coffee is passionate about our brews and our community.
Beacon Gardens is Osterville's premier garden center. You'll find everything you need to beautify your home at Beacon Gardens, where quality products and excellent customer service make them Osterville's premier garden center. Visit Beacon Gardens on Osterville, West Barnstable Road.
Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialist for athletes and everyday people, brings you to the Kettleers' top of the order. They're the go-to team for Boston's professional athletes and people across New England. So if an injury is slowing you down, Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on Cape Cod. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
Jacob Turner's out there for his second inning of relief here in the top of 10 at Veterans Field. It's a 2-2 ball game between the Kettleers and the Anglers. Ketts up to bat. Nolan Stevens, Jack Natilli, and Camden Johnson, 4 through 6 for Cotuit, due up against the right-hander Turner. Turner saw 5 batters in the 9th inning, walked 2, but got out of it. And you know who else walked a tightrope? Jonathan Edelman put runners on every station without any outs on the board, and he got out of it.
Whatever is thinner than a tightrope, Jonathan Edelman was walking on it. And let me tell you, being 6'7", he didn't have a whole lot of room, but he, man, oh man, just tough as nails to sit down 3 straight anglers with the bases loaded and no one out. 2 via strikeout swinging just shows the confidence.
The ghost runner on second is Ryan Farber. The man up at the plate, Nolan Stevens. Lefty-righty matchup. Turner spins and tosses over to second. Just a check of Farber. Well, you can't worry about the base runner at this point if you're Turner. The potential winning run is on second. Turner fires home. A strike on the inner half to Stevens. The left-handed swinging right fielder, committed to Oklahoma. He's coming off a couple of good games. Turner, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Stevens went fishing, and Turner has him up 0-2. Stevens is hitless to this point. He struck out looking his last time up. Jacob Turner comes set at his belt. The righty looks over at second. A second check. Fires. Swinging a high chopper. Gets past the second baseman. Coming around third is Farber. And he's going to score on the Nolan Stevens single. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Well, it was a looping, bouncing ball in the first and second base gap. Roman Martin gave chase, but it was slicing away from him and just reached his glove out, bounced off the webbing and into right field. Farber was off from the get-go, able to wheel around third easily.
So a runner on first. Kettleers have the advantage for the first time since the top of the 4th. The pitch to Natilli. Draws outside. What a stop by the catcher, Arambide. Just stuck the glove out there and kept it from going to the backstop. So Ketts are up 3-2. 1-0 count, no one down to Jack Natilli. The most powerful bet in the Kettleers lineup. Here's the pitch. He watches a ball down low and away. Stevens is the runner on first. Natilli re-enters. Turner, the pitch, swing and a miss on a slider away. It's 2-1. Turner trying to dial it in to give his chance a win, to give his team a chance to win in the bottom of the 10th. His Anglers are down 3-2. The pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. 2-2. Ketts looking for all the insurance they can get here in extras. Natilli's ready. Turner set at the belt. No one out, 1 runner on. The pitch hit high into left field, but Hanley not moving much to make the grab at his position, 1 down.
Natilli got just a bit underneath it. Plenty of backspin on that baseball, hung up in the air, and Hanley had it measured from the get-go.
This brings up the left-handed swinging third baseman Camden Johnson. 2 for 4 today with a pair of singles. Bats with a runner on first and 1 down. 3-2 ball game. Ketts up in the top of the 10th. The first pitch to Johnson inside, a fastball strike. Turner 90-92 with that pitch. That one came in at 90. Turner steps off. Wants a second before he throws the second pitch to Camden Johnson. The runner on first is Nolan Stevens. He drove Ryan Farber home from second on a bouncing ball single through the right side. Turner steps back on the hill. Johnson is ready. Gets the eye contact with the batter, Johnson. He's ready. Here it comes. Runner goes. Throw down. Stevens slides in feet first in time. A theft of second by Stevens.
And he got a great jump over at first. Incredible spring in his step. He was safe. Even had that throw been on the money, Stevens would have beat it out.
It's his first swipe of the summer. Does not go often, but he has some speed. So now Camden Johnson bats with a runner on second. It's a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. 1-2 to Johnson. One out at this point. All the Kettleers need to do is get the ball to their closer. Dylan Scudder is warming over in the pen for them. Jonathan Edelman, an impressive display in the bottom of the ninth to keep it a 2-2 game. Here's the pitch. Another foul straight back. It's 1-2. Nolan Stevens is the runner on second. The Kets got the lead in this frame. Looking for win number 11 to tie for first place in the West Division. Lauren Hibbs steps out of his position to talk to Camden Johnson and Caitlin Victor and Eric McGovern, the trainers, out to speak with him as well. But seems like he's fine. He's walking back to the box. Johnson re-enters the left-handed batter's box. Still a good group of fans out here. Turner, glove set at the belt. He fires, swing, and he missed it, but Johnson's safe at first. That ball skipped high on the netting behind him, and despite the swinging strikeout, Johnson is safe at first.
That's the second strikeout of the night for Turner. Unfortunately, it won't amount to an out as Johnson's safe on the drop third strike. Now Stevens 90 feet closer himself.
Nightmarish scenario if you're Turner, just trying to keep the deficit at 1 run. And now a mound meeting. Aaron Bide comes out there, as does Jave Powell. This could be the end of the line for Jacob Turner. Turner went an inning and a third out of the pen and did his best, but allowed that bouncing ball single to Nolan Stevens.
Now, I'll tell you what, it seems that there's been an influx of motivation in the Kettleers bats, and I think you can point back to the bottom of the ninth inning when Edelman was able to retire 3 straight with the bases loaded. The entire Kettleers dugout, including the infield and outfield, came back to that dugout and were absolutely amped up. They were jumping around. They were cheering, and that seemed to affect the bats here in extra innings.
They have looked, well, amped, to say the least. Nolan Stevens, a big single to bring home Farber. Throw back to first wasn't in time for Johnson. So if you're Turner, now you have to deal with a very willing runner at first. Johnson has 11 stolen bases this summer, tied for the team lead. Turner righty-righty matchup with Matthews. He kicks, delivers. Bunt placed down the first base line. That's going to score a run. There's no one covering the first base bag. Matthews is safe and a run scores. It's 4-2 Kets.
A lot of things happened with that pitch. Instantly, Johnson faked breaking to second. That drew the catcher Arambide out of his crouch. The bunt was laid down, and then the first baseman Stallman broke in on the bunt. So that took everyone out of position instantly. Therefore, everyone on the Kets was able to advance a bag willingly just because everyone on the Anglers was out of position.
So the bunt was perfect. Here's the first pitch to Case Sanderson, who lines it foul over the netting, but Matthews, with a great bunt, helped everybody stay out of position after Camden Johnson and some heads-up base running assisted. So now Case Sanderson bats in an 0-1 count with one down and two runners on. Gets up by two. The pitch, low and in, ball one. So they call it an RBI single for Luke Matthews. 3 driven in on the day for him.
Tip of the cap to Matthews. He's up to 11 RBIs on the season.
He's a run producer. Turner, long look at second. He looks home. That pitch was just a touch low. 2-1. Runner on first is Luke Matthews. On second, it's Camden Johnson. Sanderson's ready. Turner throws back. And Lane got to the ball, but Johnson was well on the base in time. The bottom half of this Kettleers order doing a lot. 6 of their 7 hits have come from the bottom 4 batters. That pitch is laced high and foul off to the left. Foul. It's 2-2. Luke Matthews, a 2-hit day. Cam Johnson, a 2-hit day. Case Sanderson has a knock, as does Taggart Tyson. Turner, the 2-2. Bounces in, and that allows Johnson to get to third in no time. He is all over it.
Well, his speed is such a great tool to have. It looked like that's where Arambide wanted the pitch. He was putting his glove low towards the dirt.
Sanderson didn't come close to offering. It's a wild pitch for Turner, who fires over to first, not in time to get the runner Matthews. Cam Johnson at third, Luke Matthews at first. Runners on the corners for the Kets. Sanderson in the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the pitch. Runner goes. They're just going to wave the white flag there as Sanderson walked.
Unfortunately, Matthews won't get the stolen base now. Just advances on the walk.
Well, I got to give it to him. He had a good jump on it.
Yeah, he would have stole second base. Need to make a stat for that.
Good jump. Well, that's a working title. Runners at every station. Fire to Luke Lavin. He swung and missed. And his second at-bat, pinch hitting for Taggart Tyson. It's an 0-1 count. Lavin readies. The left-handed swinging catcher. The pitch brushes him off a bit. It's 1-1. Four to 2 is your score. Cotuit is up, and they're making Turner throw the kitchen sink at him. 44 pitches to this point. The pitch, tapper towards second, potential double play ball. They go to second, the throw to first. It's in time. Chatham gets out of the inning, but not before Cotuit scored 2. They're up 4-2 going into the bottom of the 10th. We'll see if they can shut the door here up next.
Be safe and comfortable in your home in any season with a Generac automatic standby generator from RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee. RCA does it all from consultation to installation to maintenance. For more information, visit rcaelectric.com. RCA Electric and Generators in Mashpee, generating trust.
The Kettleers top of the order is brought to you by Boston Hand to Shoulder, trusted orthopedic specialists for athletes and everyday people. Their expert team treats everything from sports injuries to everyday wear and tear, helping patients of all ages get back to what they love. Boston Hand to Shoulder is now on the Cape. Call 617-965-HAND for all your hand and upper extremity needs.
Four to 2 ball game. Cotuit's up in the bottom of the 10th. They scored 2 on a Nolan Stevens single and a Luke Matthews bunt. Ket's up by 2. Jonathan Edelman, they're going to let him out there to complete the victory after he pitched an inhuman bottom of the 9th.
I mean, I don't think you could draw up a crazier 9th inning for Edelman. He gave up a leadoff double, then walked the next 2 batters to load the bases with no one out. Proceeded to strike out 2 straight anglers swinging, and then got a ground out to get out of a bases loaded, no one out situation that he put himself in. So he played hero ball to himself, and those final 3 outs, I don't think I had seen more dominant pitching out of anyone on this Cotuit staff with their backs up against the wall.
He mowed through Aaron Bide and Daniel Jackson. Probably, you could argue he's the best hitter on Chatham, and he came in pinch hit, struck out on 4 pitches. Edelman pitches with Larson on second, the ghost runner. He's throwing to Roman Martin. First pitch, a ball well outside. Martin is still hitless today. He's 0 for 4. The winning run at the, tying run at the plate, Martin. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch, it's low. 2-0 is the count. Edelman, the right-hander out of Bucknell. Trying to earn himself his first victory in a Kettleer uniform. The kick, the pitch. Tapped foul on an excuse me swing. It's 2-1. Martin, the batter. He last came up in the 8th. He flew out to left. Martin is ready with the bat over his right shoulder. Here comes the 2-1. Drifted away. It's 3-1.
For Edelman, it might be better if he loads the bases here before he really ups the level.
Seems to love the pressure. A runner on second, the ghost runner. The pitch, swung on, chopped foul, third base side. Counts full. It is 4-2. Cotuit over Chatham. The runner on second is Ashton Larson. Cats looking for win number 11 to be secured by Jonathan Edelman, one of the newer faces. Swing and a miss on a slider diving outside. Edelman's third strikeout.
Edelman's been having a solid start to his summer. He is now up to 6 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings.
He's been punching tickets, that's for sure. Now it's Jackson Freeman. After him, it's Reed Stallman. 2 through 4 due up in this frame. Bullseye, strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Edelman pitching to the left-handed stick, Jackson Freeman. Here comes the pitch. Swung on Tapper towards Edelman, who runs to his left and flips it to first in time. 2 down in the frame. Jonathan Edelman coming close to completing one of the more impressive relief appearances we've ever seen.
Feel like there's not really a word to describe, in just one word, his outing tonight other than chaotic. It's been nothing short of chaotic, but he has made do, and now just 1 out away from picking up a win for the Kettleers.
Now it's Reed Stallman. He's 1 for 2 with a homer, a strikeout, and 2 walks today. Runner on third, first pitch outside. Ball 1 to Stallman, the left-handed swinging first baseman. The runner on third is Ashton Larson, the ghost runner. Sanderson playing down the first base line. The third baseman, Johnson, playing out of his position off to the left. Here's the pitch. Outside once again, it's 2-0. Edelman trying to complete 2 innings out of the pen to get this win. And it looks like they're just going to intentionally walk him.
Well, he's already had a home run today. Don't want to give him that opportunity. The only problem now is the winning run is at the plate instead of just the tying run.
Your attention now, batting for Chatham. From the University of Michigan, number 4, Noah Miller.
And you can't miss to Noah Miller, the batter stepping in for Chatham. Miller batting with runners on the corners. He does represent the winning run. The tying run, Stallman on first after an intentional walk. 4-2 is your score in the bottom of 10. Here comes the pitch, righty-righty. Hits the outside corner, 0-1. Miller, he's struggled this summer. 111 average, 359 OPS. Edelman, the 6'7" right-hander, hurls home. Swung, fouled straight back. 0-2, Chatham down to their last strike. 2 down, 2 runners on. Larson on third. On first, it's Reed Stallman. Sanderson playing on the bag. Over at first. Edelman. Set at the belt. Fires, swung on, lifted deep to left center. Chasing it down is Andrew Wiggins, who makes the catch to complete the victory for the Kettleers. A comeback winner in extras. They got 2 in the top half, and then John Edelman did the rest.
Ketts fans can take a breath now. An intense 9th and 10th inning for Cotuit. And the Kettleers' July continues to get better and better.
Win number 8 in the month. Win number 11 on the season. They hang with Wareham in the first place spot for the West Division, leapfrogging Hyannis and Falmouth. John Edelman is the winning pitcher, his first victory on Cape. The losing pitcher, that's Jacob Turner, the right-hander for the Anglers. And they take a tough loss. They sit farther in the dungeon in the East Division, solidifying their number 5 spot as we enter the postgame show here on Cape League TV. 4-2, Cotuit reigns victorious over Chatham, evening the season series at 1-1-1. So, let's just get into it first. I think we can highlight the pitching performance again by John Edelman out of the pen. 2 spectacular innings after loading the bases with no outs to start.
I mean, he chose to do things the hard way. Wasn't going to make it easy for himself, but it proved to be just an impactful performance from Edelman, who did a phenomenal job with his back up against the wall, bases loaded, no one out to retire 3 straight Anglers. And then in the 10th, even with the ghost runner on second, able to buckle down, didn't allow anyone to cross the plate. A comfortable 4-2 win for Cotuit in a game where it didn't really feel comfortable until the final out occurred.
It sure didn't. The Cats scored 2 in the top half of the 9th to win it, or the 10th. Nolan Stevens singled on a bouncing ball through the right side, and Luke Matthews placed a perfect bunt to win this one. And Matthews himself, he represents what the Kettleers did well today, hitting in the bottom of the order. 6 of their 7 base hits came from the final 4 batters. Cam Johnson with 2, Luke Matthews with 2, Case Sanderson with 1, and Taggart Tyson with a hit himself.
It was a good day hitting for Cotuit. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, the orange lights beaming throughout the park. Cotuit 4 runs on 7 hits. That's not a typical hitting performance for Cotuit based on how hot the Kettleers have been. But players just continuing to step up. Luke Matthews doing solid. Taggart Tyson recording his first hit for the Kettleers in the Kettleers uniform, like you were saying, Connor. So overall, just a lot of good plate appearances for the Kettleers, even if it didn't show up as hits on the scoreboard. Working those counts high, working the walks. Overall, just some great at-bats today from the Kettleers.
And I think the middle relievers of this Kettleers team bear mentioning as well. Gavin Jones and Kyle Remington, 5 1/3 scoreless combined between those two. Only 1 base runner allowed by each guy. They both shoved and really bridged the gap to Edelman in this one, Chris.
They can't go overlooked. Those 5 innings of relief between the two were scoreless and hitless for Chatham. And it was really that moment that allowed Cotuit, in a moment where the bats weren't on fire, to stay in the game. Cotuit didn't have a hit in the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. You go all the way back to the 5th, only 1 hit for the Kettleers. So for Gavin Jones and Kyle Remington to come in during those innings and those moments and keep Chatham off the scoreboard and now off the scorecard, it was really great for the Kettleers offense to finally get a moment for themselves in the 10th inning.
It was incredible, and like we mentioned earlier, they delivered 2 runs in the top half of the 10th inning. To win this one for the Kettleers, they improved to 11, 12, and 2. Chatham down to 10, 12, and 3 on this season, just past the halfway point. Any final thoughts, Chris?
Well, you look to this July and what it's been for Cotuit. 8-3-1 in the month, and that's allowed the Kets to climb all the way up to a first-place tie in the Western Division. It's going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire, but I think we look at how far the Kettleers have come, especially in recent weeks. To see them first place in the West, Game 25 just wrapping up, I mean, that was a long shot even a month ago. At the start, towards the tail end of June, to say the Kettleers will be first place before or around the middle of July, I think it would have been shocking to a lot of people to see that. So this team has really turned itself around, and that's, you can't thank enough people. You look at all the coaches, all the coaching staff that has done a great job of managing this team to the position they're in. You look at pitching, both starting and relief. You look at offense, everyone contributing for the Kettleers at this point, and it's, a lot of hands that have been making this possible.
It's been a great season to this point in Cotuit, coming out victorious for the 8th time in the month of July. Join us again tomorrow at 5 o'clock at home against YD, the Red Sox, for the 4th meeting between the two teams. For Sorka Lewis, for Brooke Kilgore, Chris Albright, I'm Connor Shue signing off. Everyone have a great night.